Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Welcome in to another episode of Josh App presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. The reason I called it another episode is because we've had a lot of thrills, we've had a lot of drama, we've had a lot of action, just like some action-packed series. And with me today I have Neil, who will be casting alongside me, and this partnership between me and Neil has been here for a long time. So Neil, how are you feeling today?
Salvan, I have just about recovered from the madness of yesterday's games, and it's great to be back here with you casting in the Esports Premier Series. Wow, yesterday's games, can we talk about them for a second? Because Lokmani versus Saransh must be the best game I've seen in a long, long time.
Absolutely. I think that has been amazing, and it's going to be a great day today. Having said that, I think we're going to again talk about a lot of games. I mean, you spoke about them already, and we're going to go and look at the format first. And as you all know, it's FIFA Ultimate Team. Phase 1 was single elimination knockout, where a lot of warriors, FIFA warriors came. Some of them are still in here. However, some of them were knocked out in the single elimination knockout. We are right now in the playoffs, where we have the upper bracket and the lower bracket. This is a double elimination knockout for FIFA Ultimate Team. And now we have a look. Okay, here's a look at the bracket. So, Neil, we've seen some great games yesterday. Let's talk about today's games. And I mean, the bracket that we have, Aditya Chatta versus Sagnik Banerjee, Lokmanu versus Naveen, and in the lower bracket, we have Saransh versus Somak and Akshat versus Akash. Now, this is the time we talk about, what's the best game of the lot?
Well, Salvan, the way things have been going in this tournament, I'm very apprehensive about making a prediction about calling any one game the best. I'd like to focus on the one game that's coming up next, which does have potential to be the best. It's going to be Akshat Khandelwal versus Akash. Both these players have impressed us so much in this tournament. Akash, of course, beat Shubham Jadhav, a pro from Bombay, 3-2 in the last game, and Akshat beat Vicky, the player for the Indian national FIFA team, 4-0 in his quarterfinal.
Absolutely. I think it has great potential. Akshat versus Akash, Aditya versus Sagnik, Lokmanu versus Naveen. The schedule for today, as you can see on your screens right now. And Akshat versus Akash is going to be the game that we'll be kicking off with in a while. In case you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we have a lot of content coming up for you with regards to tournaments, with regards to gaming, with regards to many more games. And our first game today is a clash of these two players who've made a name for themselves in the Josh App presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And as hard as it is for me to say, Neil, one of them is going to say goodbye to us today, because someone has to, get knocked out today. And Neil, I think it's going to be heartbreaking, isn't it? These two players, I am sure, were a favorite for a lot of people. They've actually started liking them for the things that they've done. As you said, Akash beat Shubham Jadhav, he's beaten Aman Varsi, and also, as you mentioned, Akshat beat Vicky. And that too, he beat him by making a statement, because he beat him 4-0 over 2 legs, which is not something very easy to do. I mean, when Vicky doesn't score, especially the way after we saw his game in the first round. So, Neil, right now, what do you think with regards to what can we expect from this game?
Well, Salvan, I think you did mention their past successes, and they are a lot of people's favorites now. When the tournament began, in the initial stages, a lot of people didn't know about them, and now they've built up their fan following, of course, with tremendous victories. You had Akshat beat DK Plays, one of the best skillers in India, by around 9 goals, which was crazy, which was really something that shocked a lot of people. He followed it up with a win against Vicky, 4-0. He stopped a player for the Indian national FIFA team judged to be the second best player in India in the selection process. He beat him 4-0, and that's been quite a fairy tale run so far. Of course, in the last round, he was stopped by Aditya Chatta, but right now, he will be looking to get back in that winning form and make Akash pay. Akash, of course, has been tremendous this tournament. He had a great game against Aman Warsi, someone who's expected to be a professional player in the years to come. And then he beat Shubham Jadhav in a very impressive 3-2 win. Shubham Jadhav, of course, made it 2-all after being down 2-0. But you had Akash show a lot of resilience, a lot of character to come back and make it 3-2. Of course, in the last game, he lost in heartbreaking fashion against Sagnik. He conceded in the 92nd minute to be knocked into the lower bracket. Right now, Selvin, I think both of these players are dark horses for the tournament. And really, win or lose, both of them have done so well to get this far. Both of them have impressed so many people and got so many new fans.
Well, absolutely. I think everything that you said makes a lot of sense. Both of them have done so well in this tournament. They've made a lot of new fans. I think a lot of neutrals have also rooted for them. Having said that, the game is going to start anytime soon, and I'm very much excited. Neil, I think today is going to be another action-packed day when it comes to Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And talking about action, we have the first game underway. We have Akshat Khandelwal versus Akash. That's Akash who's kicking us with the white kit, and Akshat Khandelwal is in the black kit for today. And once again, the winner of this game goes on and advances to the lower bracket semifinals. However, the person that will lose this game will be out of this tournament. That means it's a lot online. And today, I think the stakes are higher, Neil, and the pressure is going to be higher as well.
Absolutely, Selvin. This format allows you to lose once, but the second time you lose, you will be knocked out, and both these players have already used up their one lifeline. Right now, it is survival on the line, it is a chance at glory on the line, and I want to see which one of these two extremely talented players have the character, have the will, have the determination to win. Akshat Khandelwal on the edge of the area with Neymar. What happened there, Selvin? I think the nerves got to him. He just runs it out of play. That's very uncharacteristic of him.
Oh, yes. I have a feeling he went for a ball roll. However, he did not leave his sprint, which is why the right stick took the ball away from Neymar Jr. And very honestly, as excited as you were, I thought there's going to be an attack because he had a good chance for a cutback there with a skill. But having said that, I think if not in the first few minutes of the game, we're going to see a lot of attack. We're going to see a lot of skill moves. And for sure, we're going to see a lot of goals as this game progresses. And that is something that we can guarantee you today because we've seen that time and time again in Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And Super Keel, I know you hate doing this, but I'm going to ask you for your prediction for the first leg and for the entire game.
Well, Selvin, I actually used to like doing it, but now that it has become very obvious that I'm very bad at it, I dislike it. But now that you ask, I can't let you down. So I'm gonna say I think Akash takes this right now. Akash is on the attack. Snow Kids in the box. Ronaldo tries that Elastico, but Akshat repels him for now. Selvin, what do you think is gonna happen? Who do you think is gonna win?
Well, I think the same. I think Akash is going to win it. There are two reasons why I say this. One of them is that, Akash will be fired up after yesterday. I mean, you say, we have this saying, you can be very near, but then if you do not reach your goal, it doesn't matter. And that's what happened with him yesterday. He was almost there. He could sense victory. He could smell victory, but then it was taken away from him right at the end. And I think that is something that's going to drive him on, thinking that, if I can come this close, I'm not going to stop here. I need to go the next step. And Akshat, on the other hand, was actually humbled by Aditya Chatta, and that may have dented his confidence. Having said that, the first penalty of the day is here. Akash in the Bayern Munich kit gets the penalty. He has Neymar Jr. standing tall on it. Neymar Jr., I think, scored yesterday from the spot for him. Can he convert today? Yes, he can. Goes to the left. Keeper sent the wrong way. We have the first goal of the day. It goes to Akash, and this is going to be a big game. And I can tell you, you can expect a lot of goals from here.
Selvin, you did say that the loss to Aditya Chatta, which was a very big loss, I think it was 7 goals to 2, did seem to have put a dent in Akshat's confidence. And right now, he did give away that penalty, but he does have a chance to hit back with Cruyff, loses the ball in the box. Right now, if I'm Akshat, I'm looking to hit back straight away and get some momentum back.
Absolutely. And I think, Neil, talking about momentum, Akshat did look good in this game. I think he was just a little under pressure, thinking, should I go for the shot or should I go for the extra pass? He actually chose the right option, but then the run from the other player did not help him out. Having said that, I think talking about the penalty this time, it was not a controversial penalty, but Cristiano Ronaldo is in here and he makes it 2-0 with a skill chain. And with that shot, that's 2-0 to Akash. And just like what we saw against Sagnik yesterday, Akash knows how to capitalize on that first goal and score the second very quickly. And that's something he's very good at, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin. Time and time again in this tournament, I have said the one thing that I love about Akash is that he makes it look easy. Right now, he made it look easy. He got the ball with Ronaldo on the edge of the box, hit that elastico, as clean as a whistle. Not content, he made that heel to heel to create space. And before you know it, Ronaldo, that 99 rated card, believed to be the best card in the game by a lot of people, scores. But right now, it is Akshat with his Cruyff on the edge of the box. Can he do something? Can he cause damage? You've seen so many players do so well with Cruyff. He gives it to Cunha, that five-star Cunha, returns it to Sterling, who has done really well for Akshat, who did really well against Vicky, and he gets into the directional nutmeg and he scores. Akshat hits back, and that goal will do wonders for his confidence.
Well, it will do wonders for his confidence, and I think it will do wonders for the viewers who are watching because we have an epic game set up right now. I was just about to say, Neil, that Akshat needs to score the next goal to make this even and to, just make sure that Akash does not run away with it. And what a response that was from Akshat. The goal that he scored is not something that a lot of FIFA players can do. He held his nerve, he kept passing, waited for the right opportunity, did that skill move, and went on to open up Akash's defense and take that shot with Sterling. I think that's something that we need in this tournament and something that Akshat needed to get his confidence back. But as fans, as viewers, and as casters, I think we are set up for a great game, and that's what we wanted.
Absolutely, Selvin. We did mention in the game against Aditya Chatta that the Sterling, who had done so well for Akshat against Vicky, was quite anonymous. In this game, Sterling has made his mark. It takes him 36 minutes, but he puts himself on the score sheet. But right now, you have Akshat playing a very creative lofted through ball, almost gets Acuna in. Akash will be breathing a sigh of relief that his keeper, probably with the instructions of sweeper keeper, got to that ball, and right now he looks to hit back to restore that 2 goal lead with Neymar, who gives it to Dembele. Selvin, I've said it again, I don't know why he still has Dembele. Credit to him for making use of a card that has been underpowered for a long time. Underpowered for a long time is not something you refer to the Neymar though, and Neymar with Acuna, with Renato, has put him 2-1 up at halftime of this lower bracket game.
Well, absolutely. And I think we just saw the stats there. And guess what? Akash has had 2 shots and he scored 2 goals. Akshat has had 1 shot and he scored 1 goal. That means the conversion rate right now is at 100%. It's at 100%, which means if they create chances, there is a very high chance that they're going to score in the second half and also in the second leg. And I think we want to see a lot of goals and we want to see this game going down to the wire. As we saw yesterday, a lot of games going down to the wire, decided at the 90th minute or decided in golden goal. And don't you think we are going to expect something similar in this one?
Well, absolutely, Selman. You can see that both these players are not willing to give up as much as an inch. And with the conversion rates, you bring up an interesting point because at this stage of the tournament, with just 8 players left, it is very much a game of fine margins, and you have to be very clinical. You have to be very careful with the chances you take, the shots you take. And both these guys are showing us that right now they are playing on fine margins. But Cruyff is in right now, gets in, does the reverse elastico. Maybe he should have gone to the left instead of the right. And Renato Sanchez gets the ball back for Akash. Akash, of course, had that 2-0 lead, which was cut in half by Sterling's goal for Akshat.
Well, absolutely. And I think that was some great defensive display from Akash as well. He was calm and composed, did not let Cruyff get away with it. But then Akshat made a lot of good, build up. The build up was really nice, leading to that attack. However, Akash was equal to it and he cancelled him out. Having said that, here's a great ball towards Atal, who plays it to Neymar Jr. Here's Johan Cruyff, tries to do the 1-2. Cheeky are there, but then unfortunately for him, it did not go as per planned, as planned. and Akash is away out here. I think that's Messi who's got the ball out there for Akash, who's looking for that opening. And I don't really think he's going to give it so easily. He's given it to a is going to be something very crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin. Right now, you can see that Akash wants to probably slow down the pace of the ball that much. We did see a very creative attack from Akshat, and maybe he might need to do that. Play those 1-2s, do something a bit unorthodox. Because right now, Akash's technical skills seem to be 100%, and I don't see him conceding by the regular challenge.
Very true. I think you just said it correctly. Akash seems to be very solid, and Akshat, of course, is building up in confidence. Here's the ball with Sterling, who stepped up in that first half. And although he's given the ball away, and Neymar Jr. with a very beautiful through ball out here to Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a very dangerous situation. Is he going to take a shot, or is he going to do a cutback? He tried the cutback, and that was well read there by Akshat. Credits to him. But then Akash looks very confident. He's not giving Akshat any time on the ball now. He knows how important the next goal in this game is, because if Akshat gets it, Akash doesn't want to be there, isn't it? Time and time again, he takes that lead and then he surrenders it, and that's an aspect of his game that he has to improve on.
Selvin, I think you're spot on there. That is one aspect of his game that he needs to improve on. Of course, he's such a brilliant player, but that's the thing in FIFA, there's always something you can work on. There's always that next level which you must search for. The players who are at the top right now, we're talking about Lokman, we're talking about Saransh, we're talking about CJ, we're talking about Aditya, Chatta. They will absolutely destroy you for these mistakes. And both these players know they did lose in their last games. They know what it takes, and now it's up to them to match the intensity, the technicality, the focus of the pros at the top.
Well, absolutely. I think they know about it and they are trying their best to work on it. But then I think, Neil, let's be a little, let's give them a little more credit, because FIFA 21 is almost at the end. And a lot of people have thought, okay, we've played this game so much for so many months, we've grinded. Maybe this is the time wherein we may not really have to work a lot on it. But having said that, Akash was in there, and that was a late flag raised. I was about to say that Messi has acres of space, and the flag went up very late, which is why around 20 in-game minutes, including stoppage time, for us to see more goals. And Neil, I think this game, okay, we were talking about predictions. I have a feeling Akash is scoring another goal here, and this game is going to end 3-1.
Well, Selvin, I do think that Akash looks a bit more likely to score. You did see him get that through ball, and if Akshat keeps making those mistakes, keeps giving the ball away cheaply in that area, he will definitely concede. Right now, I think Akash needs to just keep doing what he's doing. Maybe he won't get the 3-1, but just make sure that's 2-1, and then you can go again in the second leg. Selvin, right now you can see Neymar with the ball, Ronaldo with the ball. He's making all these great runs. He almost got in behind, but the flag was raised for offside. Are you happy with the tactics right now? Do you think he's got them spot on? And before I say anything else, Neymar has scored. He has got it spot on with the left foot in the bottom corner. He makes it 3-1. Well, Selvin, I think that answers my question.
I mean, while you were talking about the goal, I was like, okay, I think I have something new to talk about, because your question has already been answered. And I think not just your question, my prediction has been proved right as well, because Akash, the one who looked likely to score the next goal, has scored it. And I have a feeling this game may not have any more goals, because Akshat right now, as much as I hate to say it, does not look very confident, because look at his passing. He's trying to rush it in. The things that he's been trying have not worked out in his favor today. Like, for example, when you play with a friend, or when you play a game of rivals or weekend league, you try those 1-2s, you try those back heels, and it lands right where you want. But for now, for Akshat, okay, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Whatever he tries is
Well, Selvin, based on what Akshat's shown us so far, but right now Akash is back inside. He is one-on-one with Messi against that Courtois, but Courtois gets the ball. Akshat does survive for now. But Selvin, I was just saying that in Akshat's game so far, the ones he's won, he won against Vicky and he won against DK. In both those games, he did score first. And the one game where he conceded first, it was against Crusher, and he went down 7-2 in that game. I don't know. I won't say he doesn't have it, but he hasn't shown it so far. He doesn't. I don't think he has that come from behind ability. and right now he's 3-1 down. And if I were a betting man, I would say that Akash is safe and sound in the next round.
Well, absolutely. And you just said it right. I was about to talk about the same point. I was about to say about, how Akshat has been taking a lead and then building on it. But then he has looked a little out of power, out of sources when it comes to conceding the first goal. And then it just looks like, he allows the opponent to capture and conquer the game. And having said that, Akash has conquered the first leg, at least for now, with a 3-1 victory, which will give him a huge sigh of relief, because 3-1 after the first leg in a lower bracket game puts a lot of pressure on the person who's at the receiving end, which means Akshat has everything to do to stay alive in Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Super Keel, do you see Akshat making a comeback in the second game?
Well, Selvin, what you said is true. He has everything to do, but he also has nothing to lose. And the road ahead is not easy, but it is pretty simple. I think Akshat needs to show that attacking prowess that he showed against Aman Varsi, that he showed against DK, that he showed against Vicky, and he needs to go at it. And we know that he can score goals. We know that he can score a number of different ways. It's just up to him now to tap into that and get it out. I don't know whether it was the nerves, or I don't know if Akash has just been too good for him, but Akshat has gone so far, and I doubt he'd want to go out with a whimper. I know he'd want to go out fighting. I know he'd want to go out giving his all. And 3-1 is still not such a big lead, Selvin. As a pro player yourself, in the context of FIFA, 3-1 can be easily overturned. Just yesterday, Akash was on the other end of a 3-0 lead overturn. So he himself will be very careful about what happens in the second leg.
Well, I was about to say, I think if I am Akshat right now, the first thing that's coming to my mind is Akash blew up a 3-0 lead yesterday. So he is certainly beatable and a comeback is certainly possible. But having said that, let's give a lot of credit to Akshat. We saw his game versus Aditya. He was around 5-2 down. And even at that point, he was 5-1 down. And even at that point, he did not feel like just defending. He was still trying to attack, and attack, even though Aditya was ripping him apart on the counters. But he still tried to attack, which is what gives me a lot of hope that Akshat in the second leg is going to attack a lot, irrespective of him making a comeback or not. He is going to try and take the game to Akash, and he's going to give everything that he has to at least make sure that he goes out from this tournament fighting if he has to lose this one. And Akash, on the other hand, very impressive in the first leg. Super Keel, we both saw this game very well. Why don't you just analyze the game as to what went right and what went wrong for these players?
Well, Selman, it happens time and time again. Akash gets in the box, does a couple of skill moves, and scores. At this point, I don't think we can blame the person on the other end of it. I just have to say that Akash is really talented with those skill moves. In this game, we saw the same. He scored 2 goals in similar fashion, gets in, creates the space, and scores. And of course, we did have Akshat hit back with that Sterling, who has blown hot and cold for him this tournament. But he did get him behind with the Sterling with that directional nutmeg of his own and scored. I think the 3-1 goal was a bit unfortunate because you could see that he was pressing forward for that equalizer, and in turn, that left a lot of space behind. Of course, Akash is deadly with those through balls, and he had a couple of opportunities where Akshat was saved by the linesman's flag. I think all in all, the game, the scoreline was a fair representation of the game. And if I'm Akshat, I just know that I have to do better in the next game.
Very well said and very well analyzed. Also, I think Super Keel, apart from the things that you said, there was a phase in the game when the score was 2-1 and before it turned out to be 3-1. I think there was a 15 to 20 minutes domination period from Akshat where he was trying to attack, and attack. He got in the box with Johan Cruyff. He also tried to do that 1-2 with Neymar and Johan Cruyff. But then once Akash got comfortable in the second half, it looked like it was all Akash, right? I mean, he scored a goal as well. And then right till the end, it never looked like Akshat is going to actually score a goal.
Absolutely. I think after 3-1, there's only going to be one winner. And it only seemed like, there'll be more goals in that game. Like you said, Akshat was 5-1 down against Aditya Chatta yesterday. And this game could have gone in that direction. So credit to Akshat for surviving, for staying in there, Of course, some games it just doesn't go for you, and those games it's very key to make sure that the scoreline stays 2-1, 3-1. You're within grasp, so that in the next leg you can go and overturn it.
Absolutely. And if I'm Akash right now, I'm thinking, you know what? Akshat was 2-1 down after the first leg against Aditya, and then he went on to lose 7-2. Here he is 3-1 down, so he's going to feel that pressure. If I'm Akshat, I'm thinking, you know what? Sagnik was 3-0 down against Akash, and he went on to win 5-4, and I'm 3-1 down, which means I've done a little better than what I could have done as compared to Sagnik. And if Sagnik can make a comeback by scoring those many goals, I can at least give my best to make sure that this game goes right down till the 90th minute. And I have a feeling it's going to come down to the player who has the nerves under those pressurizing situations wherein you have to make the right decisions in the split second and make sure that nothing goes wrong with regards to your decision making. But I think in this game, Neil, before the second game starts, we would just like to talk about this. Let's talk about the decision making. We saw a lot of chances being converted in the first half. It was 100% conversion rate. But in the second half, we started to see a lot of sloppy passes, a lot of ball lost cheaply, and how crucial that is when it comes to, either boosting or denting your confidence.
Well, Salman, I'm glad you said decision making, because again, Akash might have won, but a better player or maybe a more experienced pro in his position, he would not be giving away those through balls to the offside. He would not be attacking quite so relentlessly. He'd be a bit more set. He'd be a bit more careful. Right now, though, the game has started. The second leg has started, and we have Akshat with the ball in the white kit, scoring from left to right. Akshat knows he's got 90 in-game minutes to salvage his place in the Esportz Premier Series presented by Josh, co-powered by Banerjee. This is the Online Qualifier Two. The winner goes to the LAN event where he gets a chance to face off against CJ.
Well, absolutely. And good that you pointed out, just to confirm, ladies and gentlemen, it is Akshat who's playing in the white kit this time, whereas Akash is playing in the orange or the red kit that we have. And all of them, okay, Akshat and Akash, want to be the winners, the overall champions of Josh Presents Esports Premier Series powered by FIFA 21. Powered by Hell Energy Drinks. They want to be the champions and they want to go to the LAN event to meet CJ, the winner of Qualifier 1. And let's be honest, when you win the first game of your lower bracket match, you are always thinking, you know what, I can make it the entire tournament and I can make sure that I do not lose one more. Isn't it, Neil? Because that adds to your confidence.
Absolutely, Selvan. And like we kept saying throughout this tournament, the momentum plays such a key role, and you have to do everything possible to preserve it, because you know how good these players are. Look at Akshat on the edge of the box trying that backwards directional nutmeg. You'd see that happen in skill compilations. I think he was hoping to get a nutmeg, cheeky nutmeg and score. If that goes off, just imagine the boost it gives for his morale. But Selvin, again, going back to your point, right now both these players are so talented. It is the intangibles, the confidence, the nerves that play such a key role. Do you think that Akshat could have suffered from nerves, and that's why he went 3-1 down against Akash?
Well, Neil, if you ask me, I think, it was the case because he did not look that confident as compared to how he looked against Vicky or against Darvesh or even against Aditya Chatta. Because against Aditya, let's be honest, he was not playing badly. It was just that Aditya was superior, and there was a reason why Aditya is a top player. But in this game, Akshat does look to be a little shaky, and I think that loss to Aditya may have done a lot of damage to his confidence or done a lot of damage to his play style, wherein he started to doubt himself as if, is this game style good enough to go through the entire tournament? Akash, on the other hand, has not had the best game by his standards, because we saw him against Sagnik, especially in the first leg, in the first half yesterday. And that game that he showed was as good as a champions game in a final. And from his standards, I think the game was not at his very best. But talking about this game, once again, Akash looks to be the confident player. And one thing I like is he's trying to go for that goal and trying to kill off the tie rather than sitting back and waiting for Akshat to attack and then hoping for a counter. And that's what is the idea of playing this game in a beautiful way, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin, and he does seemingly kill it off with that Cricketa cancel, gets in behind with Ronaldo. He makes it look easy. I say time and time again. Akash, Snow Kids, has scored. It is 1-0 in the tie. It is 1-0 in this leg, and it is 4-1 in the tie. Selvin, you just said it. and he did it. He is looking to kill off the tie. He was patient. He waited for that opportunity. Cristiano Ronaldo, he uses that card so effectively, so brutally. He gets in behind and scores. Well, I think we both thought he'd win, but the ease in which he's doing it, it is really something to appreciate. And right now, we saw Akshat almost hit back with another directional nutmeg and then a shot from Neymar. But in the last second, I think it was Akash's Varane who extended those long legs and made the block. I think, Selvan, right now, if I'm Akshat, I'm in some really, really, really hot water.
Absolutely. I think he's going to feel a lot frustrated because he did that amazing directional nutmeg, I think, and then went on to create an angle for himself. But he would be kicking himself because Neymar decided to take it on his left foot. Because maybe if Neymar took that on his right, the Varane tackle would have been avoided. And you never know, just like Cristiano Ronaldo scored at the other end from the similar angle, he could have equalized and we could have had a game on. But then this is a game of FIFA, a lot of glitches. It also comes down to luck at times. And let's be honest, Akash has not been lucky in this game, but he's been worthy and he's deserved it. He's trying to go for a direct free kick, shows a lot of confidence. That's a sign of a lot of confidence, knowing that, things have been going my way. I can give it a try if I've tried it before. And I have a feeling, I wanted to see Akshat score first just for the sake of entertainment because this game would have been very tighter. Right now at 4-1, it does look like Akash is going to score a goal or two more and win this one comfortably.
Absolutely, Selvin. And look at him. He's taking a direct free kick at this stage of the tournament. Really speaks volumes of the confidence that this young man has. Selvin, I think there was some great insight early on with Neymar taking the shot with his left foot. But Ronaldo right now with the roulette takes the shot with his left foot and he buries it. It is 2-0 on the night, 38 minutes in, and it is 5-1 on aggregate. Salman, I don't think Akash is giving us a moment of respite. Every time he attacks, he seems to be scoring, and what a player this man is.
Absolutely, he is an incredible player and looks like he's done his homework right. Neil, let's give him a lot of credit because, let's be honest, a lot of players would be disappointed after losing in that fashion and they would be thinking, this tournament is not meant for me. But Akash has taken it one day at a time. He's come back and he's made it look as if, he's here to make a statement. He's here to win this tournament and he's here to go the long way.
Absolutely, Selman. And I think after yesterday's heartbreaking loss to Sagnik, we did mention one thing, that this man will not have to look far and long for motivation, because Sagnik did do that celebration on him when he scored in the 92nd minute. It was a very narrow game, and I do think that Akash actually deserved to win. Of course, Selvin did, Sagnik did beat him, and right now the keeper has just saved him because Akshat was in, and he was in with that Sterling, that five-star Sterling, which is such a great card, and somehow or the other, it was Akash's Courtois who saved the day for him.
Well, actually, it did happen. I mean, Akash is right now 5-1 in the lead after the first half. But had that gone in, at least it would have given us a lot more entertainment going into the second half, because that could have been 5-3. No, I'm sorry, 5-2 on aggregate. And you never know, 3 goals in a half is certainly possible. But again, Akshat is going to be thinking, why are my players who are right-footed trying to take a shot which is out of angle on their left foot when they can clearly take it on the right and maybe, just maybe, have a better chance at scoring?
Salman, that's absolutely why I love having this casting partnership with you, because that is something which only a pro player or someone who has been to these tournaments does notice. I did not pick up on that, and you're right. For a player in that position, every small detail stands out, and he must be kicking the air that his player swung at it with his other foot when he was better placed to score with the left.
No, I'm sorry, with the right.
My bad, with the right, exactly, Selvin. Look at this. Like I can't even get that right in your, and that's some amazing insight. But right now he is back on with Cruyff. Cruyff can score with any foot. Cruyff goes in with that heel to heel, and again Varane has been rock solid for Akash and stops Cruyff. I think nothing seems to be going Akshat's way today. And right now he's got
Absolutely.
Neymar facing down his keeper, and luckily the finishers are not being that reliable, but the keeper does save him in that moment, Akash though keeps coming. He is hungry for more goals, and if I'm Akshat right now, I think 55 minutes. He's got 35 minutes to play. It's uh, it's about damage limitation now.
It is indeed, and Akshat, I think, has understood that that this is possibly an impossible task in front of him because scoring 6 goals at this stage is something which is highly unlikely, considering that he scored only 1 goal over the 2 legs so far. And Akash, on the other hand, is growing, in confidence. Look at his passing; he's waiting for the right opportunities, and he's playing this game for fun because he's just scored a beautiful goal by a beautiful build-up finished off by Neymar Jr. And he's not just finished that goal, but I think he's also finished Akshat's route and Akshat's journey in the Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Neil, I think that was a nail to the coffin. But as much as I hate to say, I don't think that was a final nail.
Well, Selvin, that is a scary point indeed because right now it's just 60 minutes, two-thirds of the game played, and Akash seems to be hungry for more goals. Again, with keeping with all the previous goals, this goal was such a basic goal, such a well-worked goal. He made it look easy, he made it look effortless, and honestly, Selvin, in that attack, there were 2 or 3 times when he could have taken the shot, but he knew, he was patient, he waited for the perfect opportunity, and when that opportunity came, he is never missing. He is 6-1 up and he is moving forward to the next round.
Absolutely, 6-1 up. And what one thing I also liked about the goal, Neil, as you said, it was a basic goal. When we say basic, not taking anything away from the goal, it is basically sticking to your roots and not doing anything special, but just playing fluid and basic football where you pass the ball, move, get the chance to score, open up the defense, and take that opportunity right when it comes. And that's what Akash did. And if I'm Akshat, I'm just thinking, what, it's game over. Let me try and score maybe 2 or 3 goals more and take the game to Akash and go out of the tournament on a high. Because let's be honest, if you are Akshat, if you are from his camp, Akshat has to be very, very, very proud of what he has done. Very few people out here thought that he would reach this stage because a lot of people expected him to be eliminated by Darvesh when he got through. I think everybody thought Vicky is going to eliminate Akshat, but then he's here. He's already reached the phase 2 of this tournament, and that is a big achievement for him going into FIFA 21, FIFA 22, isn't it, Neil?
Absolutely, Selvin. Both these players, regardless of the result today, I said yesterday, they have to keep their heads high, they have to be happy. And right now, did he just do an El Tornado with the assist? That was filthy, Selvin. Ronaldo to Neymar via an El Tornado. Oh my God, what is this man up to tonight?
Well, I mean, that was an incredible goal. The assist, the goal, everything was so nice to watch about it. And I think, what is this man up to? The answer is he is in vengeance mode. He wants to make sure that his name is remembered and that he goes into the next round as a favorite and not as an underdog, because he has certainly showed that with his performances, not just today, but throughout this tournament. I think Akash must be thinking, the casters, the viewers, everyone is underestimating my potential because every game that I go into, they think I am the underdog. And the next time I play a game, I'm going to go into it as the favorite, and not just a narrow favorite, but a very strong favorite. And let's be honest, whoever wins this game, whoever wins against Somak and Saransh is going to face Akash. And I think they're going to face the best version of Akash when they meet them in the lower bracket semifinals.
Well, Selvin, if I'm Saransh and if I'm Somak, I'm looking at this game and I'm worried because this man seems to have no weaknesses in his game. And the one thing, decision making, that is so key. His decision making has been perfect. Look at him right now, just torturing that Ramos with Messi, goes for that Hollywood finesse. If that goes in, I mean, that just makes this 100 on 100 performance even better. Right now he does have an option to score again. Seven, I audibly gasped right now because that elastico was so close to being perfect.
Well, actually, I think there is a word which a lot of people hate, which is called as almost, because, you were almost there, you were almost good enough, you almost scored. And unfortunately for Akash, that's what happened just now. Although he's 4-0 up, he's enjoying himself. He's still hungry to score more goals. And talking about scoring more goals, Akshat would like to score at least one in this leg, because if he does not, I think this will be the first game of the entire Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks for him, in which he has failed to score, because he scored in both the legs against Aditya. He scored in both the legs where he was winning. So I think going down without a goal in this game is going to be very heartbreaking for him, because he's had a great tournament. And it's just that he came up against players who were better than him on the night. And there's nothing for him to be sad about. But then let's be honest, if he could get that goal, all of us would be very happy.
Absolutely, Selvin. You hate to see him go down 4-0, at least grab a consolation. But then again, it's 4-0. I think this is where his journey comes to an end. His defender does clear off the line from the Ronaldo header, and he's just narrowly saved from it being 5-0. Of course, if this was a tight game, Akash would be very cross at that chance not going in. But right now, I don't think he'll care. He's won 6-1. I'm sorry, he's won 7-1 on aggregate. He will be confident no matter who he faces in the next round.
He will be very, very, very confident indeed, because 7-1 against Akshat Khandelwal. I mean, he made it look very easy, but let me tell you, Neil, and let me tell you, everyone who's watching, 7-1 against a player of Akshat's caliber is never easy. And to contain him from scoring and just making sure that you concede one goal against him in 2 legs is a great achievement. Akash, congratulations. Your journey continues in Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And unfortunately for Akshat, your run in this tournament comes to an end. But as we were talking about, you have to be proud that you've proved a lot of people wrong and you've made a name for yourself. And I am sure you're going to come back in the next tournament and make a name for yourself. Talking about the next tournament, for all the viewers, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because there are a lot of things lined up for you with regards to gaming content, tournaments, multiple games, and also follow them on social media, because they have a lot of things updated with regards to Esports Premier Series and many more things. And Neil, I think before we talk about the 2 legs, we both need a small break. So we're just going to throw into a break right now, and we'll be back soon. So everyone watching, stay tuned and we'll be back.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश, ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Welcome back, everyone, to Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And as we promised, we are going to analyze the game between Akash and Akshat that has ended with a scoreline of 7-1 to Akash, which means Akash goes on and progresses to the semi-finals of the lower bracket, whereas Akshat is the first person to be eliminated from the knockout phase of this tournament, from phase 2, I mean. Neil, we were great. Absolute domination by Akash. Would you like to just talk about the second leg and what went right and what went wrong?
I think, with the benefit of hindsight, Selvan, when you look back at that second leg, I think the writing was on the wall. The moment Akshat conceded that first goal, he knew, and I think we all knew, that for him to get back in that game, to get back from 3-1 down, he had to score first. And Akash scoring first meant that the floodgates opened, and before you knew it, he was 4-0 up. And I'll be honest, Selvan, he could have scored a few more, but he has that showmanship spirit. He wants to put on a show, and credit to him, because that last goal he scored with Ronaldo doing that El Tornado and passing to Neymar for an easy tap in. I think that was art. That was beautiful, and can't really read too much into that 4-0 scoreline, because I would say that Akshat had given up at that point. Again, well done to Akshat, but the show goes on, and right now we have Akash, who is in the quarterfinals of the lower bracket. I'm sorry, he was in the semi-finals of the lower bracket.
Absolutely, and I think Akash did a lot of things right there, and especially his goals that he scored. I think they were beautiful. Apart from the penalty, I think every goal that he scored was absolutely spot on. And congratulations once again to Akash for reaching the semi-finals of the lower bracket. In his path next, he will have the winner of Saransh Jain and Somak Ghosh, who will be playing later on. Not today though, because today we're going to shift our focus to the upper bracket, and we have the blockbuster clash between Aditya Chatta and Sagnik Banerjee. Now, this is going to be a clash of the titans, because Aditya Chatta is possibly in the best form right now after what we saw against that game, against Akshat in his last game. And he is up against Sagnik Banerjee, who came through a very tough test, okay, against Akash in the previous round. Aditya versus Sagnik is something that promises us a lot of action, a lot of goals, and a lot of drama as well, because both these players are known for entertaining. And Neil, what are your thoughts about this game?
Well, Selvin, if Saransh versus Lokmanu was the heavyweight clash of yesterday, I think today's match of the day promises to be Aditya Chatta versus Sagnik Banerjee. I think these two need no introduction, but we will give them one. Both of them have had multiple 30 O's. Both of them have been signed to orgs. Both of them are professionals, and they have been professionals for a while now. I think they both are very aware of each other, having faced off in the weekend league at that plus 15 ELO multiple times. Uh, who's going to win? I think it's anybody's guess, but I do think that Aditya Chadda is just a slight bit better than Sagnik, and that is uh, an incredible achievement in itself, because Sagnik, I believe, is in the top 10 players in the country.
Absolutely, I think he is. I mean, both of them are in the top 10 players in this country. And having said that, we have the game which is starting. Sagnik Banerjee kicking us off in the hashtag United yellow and blue kit, whereas Aditya Chatta in his favorite black kit that he uses. And this is going to be an interesting game, because we have two players who know what they're doing, who are good at attack, who are good at defense, who are good at every aspect of this game, and both of them have the potential to go on and challenge Charanjot at the finals of this event. And I am just excited. Do you have any predictions for this game, Neil?
Selvan, I will never bet against Aditya Chadda, and I will not change from that. I think it's going to be Aditya Chadda. It's going to be by a margin of 2 goals. I think he'll win this game by a margin of 2 goals. What do you think?
Well, as you were saying, Aditya Chatta is one player that I can never bet against, because he is so good under every situation, and he has an answer every time in every situation when it comes to a FIFA game. But I don't think it's going to be very easy for him. I have a feeling it's going to be 3-2 on aggregate to Aditya Chatta, or maybe 4-3 on aggregate. But it's going to be a very close game for sure.
Absolutely, Selvan. And again, we can look at their past results. Of course, Aditya Chatta did beat Akshat 7-2 yesterday, and Sagnik narrowly got past Akash 4-3. But then again, Akash seemed to be head and shoulders above Akshat. So you really can't say much about who is better, who's in better form at the moment. It could be anyone's game, Selvan. Both these guys, multiple 30-0 finishes, and really, it's like you're watching Indian FIFA royalty at this moment in time.
Very true. I think you just said it correctly, because both these players have got that 30 zeros. They've got those top 200s. They've got a lot of tournament victories under their name as well. And it's possibly going to be, coming down to fine margins, as we were talking. And judging them based on their previous opponents is certainly not the right criteria at this time, considering how good these players are on their day. And today is a day for them to show that I am better than you, and my game plan, my A game, is better than anyone else.
Absolutely, Selman. It again, I keep saying that the talent is never in question at this moment in time. It is just about who is better. Who can get to 100% and stay there for longer on that day. Right now, you did have Sagnik with that Neymar. It seemed to be on, but for some reason he decided to take the to keep it safe, to keep the ball, and the chance scores. Now you have Adi Chadda's Neymar playing a great through ball, almost finds Ronaldo, but you have Sagnik's Fiera cut that passing lane out. Adi Chadda, one thing I like about him is he is so adventurous. Very often the pros are very measured with their passes. They're very measured with their through balls. They don't go for those hit and hopes. But Adi Chadda seems to have no issues pulling it off, and he does not mind losing the ball because he knows that that bravery will help him. And right now, Sagnik is in. He's in with a great chance, and I think he'll be relieved that the keeper, that the linesman raised that offside flag. Otherwise, that was a chance which you expect him to put away with ease.
Absolutely. And for a second, I was a little scared as well, because I was looking at the referee thinking that it's going to be offside, but the referee showed no reaction. And when Sagnik missed, I thought, oh no, this is a chance that you cannot miss versus a player like Aditya, especially when the game is level. But luckily for Sagnik, I think he'll be relieved that it was called offside, because if not, I am sure a player of Aditya's potential would have made him pay for missing that. Having said that, Aditya is on the ball, and they both want to play that narrow football. They are trying to, go for those long balls, trying those through balls, trying to do something risky, even if they are losing possession. And I think that's a good sign for us to, just analyze on.
Absolutely, Salvin. And also, we have seen these guys play so often. It's really interesting to see the respect that they're showing each other. They are not pressing high, they're not rushing. They know that the other player is too good, he's too adept at finding a mistake, at finding some space. The mark of respect can be seen right now, and both of them are sitting back because they know that both of them are so talented and so good at FIFA that you have to back off here. You cannot afford to press like a madman.
Absolutely, well said. And I think, something happened there, and a lot of players in this situation. Okay, Neymar had the ball with Cristiano Ronaldo running down the center. A lot of players would have released Cristiano Ronaldo with a through ball, and Aditya Chatta would have intercepted that, because that's what he was planning with his defenders. Sagnik did not just look at his Ronaldo, but also looked at Aditya's defense and decided not to pull the trigger there. And I think that's something that defines a professional player, isn't it? It's not just about you looking
Absolutely.
where your players are. Yeah, it's not about where your players are, but also understanding how the opponent moves. And that is some big learning for everyone to take.
Seven, as a pro yourself, I want to know how much of it is planned, how much of it is deliberate, and how much of it is instinctive. Because there you saw that so many things going on at that moment for him to take stock of all of them and then come to decision in time. I think a lot of it is almost automatic.
Absolutely. And Neil, let's be very honest, not just in a game of FIFA, in anything, the shortcut to success, if I could use the word, is a mix of planning and spontaneity, because you have to plan out a game plan. And at the same time, you have to be prepared for any changes to be made right when needed. And that has to be on the spot using your instinct. And that's something that these guys are very good at. They have a game plan, but they know if the opponent reads their game plan, there is something that I can do which is not in the script. And that's something that Sagnik has done right now. He could have given a pass to the midfield, but he chooses to release Ronaldo. Is he going to go for another pass? No, he tries to cut it in and take that risk, considering that it was almost the end of the half. But having said that, the first half has had a lot of action. The only thing it has lacked is a goal. It's Aditya Chatta 0, Sagnik Banerjee 0 after the first half of the first leg. We have everything to play for in the second half.
Salman, I think that chance really described the half. It was 45th minute, and that's the only reason why I believe that there was a shot on target. Of course, Sagnik went down the wing. He was one-on-one with the defender. He showed some great attacking skill, which I feel like 99% of players would have fallen for. But of course, Aditya Chadda is not just the 1%, he's the top 0.001%, and he knew better than to concede from there. 45 minutes of breezed past, but right now Aditya Chadda has an opportunity. He's one-on-one. He does score with Neymar. The keeper movement from Sagnik is not enough. It is never going to be enough against a player of Aditya Chadda's quality. And Aditya Chadda, with his first shot on target right at the beginning of the second half, gets the lead.
Absolutely, he gets the lead. And guess what? The best part about FIFA is, it can guarantee you a lot of entertainment and it can guarantee you a lot of drama, because Sagnik could have scored before the half ended. He did not score. He did not take his chance. And Aditya Chatta scores right as soon as the second half starts. Goes on to show how good these players are and how well they can make you pay when you do not take your chances. And Aditya Chatta with a very good goal. As Neil said, Sagnik's keeper movement not good enough, unfortunately, at that time. And Aditya, I think, even with a great goalkeeper movement, would have scored that.
Absolutely, Selvin. Again, the game of fine margins. You have Acuna doing that fake shot, creating the space, getting the pass in, but Sagnik's defense is up for it. Right now, Sagnik looking to hit back with his De Bruyne with a great through ball down the wing to Neymar. Neymar gets into space, stops, Croqueta. Wow, the skill cancels there were faster than I could process. But again, I think he overplayed it. He should have taken that shot straight away. He went for that step over and then the cut in, and that was all Aditya needed to get the defense back in place and make the tackle. Selvan, I think, of course, Sagnik knows better, but I think he has been guilty of overplaying it a bit in this game.
Well, yes, indeed, he has been, but then major credit goes to Aditya because that's how he defends. And Sagnik is thinking, you know what, there's going to be one winner when it comes to decision making when I'm in that position. And he wants to be the winner there. But then, unfortunately for him, Aditya is reading the skill move that he's going to cancel next. And that's something that Aditya has been doing very well throughout this game and throughout his FIFA career, which is why he is in that position right now. I mean, not just a lead in this game, but also a favorite for this tournament.
Absolutely, Selvin. And one thing I'd like to give a shout out to is Aditya Chadda's Croqueta cancels. I think he's got the best Croqueta cancels I've ever seen from anyone, be it on YouTube or be it in the scene or be it someone I've played against. They are so good. He just gets it, the dimensions, the measurement, when to do it, the direction in which to do it is a thing of beauty, the way he cancels those croquetas, and that's why he's still using Eusebio. Eusebio with the 4-star skill moves is not a great card in this FIFA, but for Aditya Chadda, he is a stone cold killer. Of course, right now he gets lucky. Atal rides the tackle. That's what that card was made for, to ride those tackles. And right now, Aditya Chadda seems to be in control. He's got Acuna, he's got Neymar. Neymar's looking for Ronaldo. He won't release him yet. He'll wait for the perfect pass. Right now, he's happy to keep the ball with Acuna, who is dispossessed, and that's not something you see quite often. Sagnik does look to hit him on the break, but right now I think he's looking for a tactical rejig. Mbappe down the wing, and I'll be very surprised if a goal comes from here because Aditya Chadda has got time to set his defense in place. What happened right now? Did he just run the ball out of place, Alvin?
I think he just messed up the skill move with regards to his ball roll. But let's be honest, I was just looking at this game, and the through ball that he tried with Neymar to Ronaldo, something that he did not try in the first half. For me, it's a sign of Sagnik feeling the pressure, of him thinking, you know what, I'm trying my best skill moves, I'm trying the best cancels, and Aditya is reading everything. I will have to change my game plan. I think that's the reason why he cued the pause. Maybe he's made a substitution, or he is gonna try and work out on his attacking plan, because something right now is not ticking for him. And Aditya Chadda is ticking down the clock right now because he is in the lead. And against a player of Sagnik, anyone would be happy with the 1-goal lead, but maybe not Aditya, which is why he's struck again with Cristiano Ronaldo, making it 2-0 in the blink of an eye. Just a small moment and everything changes. And as Neil said, he was sure that Aditya is going to score one more, and he does that.
Well, this is Crusher. This is Aditya Chadda. He is relentless. He is an attacking force of nature. And Sagnik, for all his credit, for all that he's achieved, is being made to look very average right now. With both the goals he conceded, Aditya Chadda just ripped him apart and scored. Now it's all about damage limitation, because there is no way Sagnik gets back into this game. He did it against Akash, but Aditya Chadda is a different beast.
Absolutely, Aditya Chadda is on a different level. But let's be honest, we had a similar situation yesterday where Lokmani was leading against Saransh by 2-0 till the 81st minute, and it became 2-all at the end. And right now, right at the 80th minute, Sagnik has found a way through Aditya's defense, and he has made it 2-1. Neil, I think every time we say something, these two players surprise us. We were talking about it being at 1-0. Aditya makes it 2-0. We spoke about it being remaining at 2-0, and Sagnik gets a goal back, and it's 2-1 with 8 in-game minutes left. And I'll not be surprised if we see another goal in this one.
Salvan, I'm feeling unsafe when I just open my mouth. It seems that every time I talk, I put a commentator's curse on someone. And Aditya Chadda, I'm very sorry, because right now I did say it looks like damage limitation, but Sagnik takes advantage of all that chaos in the box with that basic heel to heel and lashes it home with Ronaldo's left foot. Right now, he seems to be confident. He's got Neymar on the box, is tackled by Ramos, and Aditya Chadda needs to get that goal back, or at least keep it the way it is. What a beautiful through ball that is, Selvin. That is one of the best passes I've seen in this tournament. Di Maria is in. He goes, he tries, he shoots, and he scores. Wow. Brilliant.
Absolutely,
That
wow,
is brilliant.
absolutely brilliant. Indeed, Neil. And I think that's the difference when it comes to taking your chances. Let's be very honest. Sagnik had a very similar chance at the other end when he had the ball with Neymar, but he was looking for his support cast to maybe give him those runs so that he can at least take a shot or maybe just pass it back. On the other hand, Aditya Chadda gave that lofted through ball, as you said, one of the best passes you've ever seen. Not just the pass, the way Di Maria collected it was also brilliant. And that decision making out there, a lot of us thought he's gonna maybe do a ball roll, maybe do a fake shot stop, come back, cut it back, and maybe then score. But guess what? We thought there's gonna be another goal, but there are 2 more goals in this one, and it has ended 4-1 for Aditya Chadda after the first leg. Remember, the score after the first half was 0-0. We've had 5 goals in the second half between Aditya and Sagnik. And as much as I hate to say it, Sagnik came back yesterday from 3 goals down. This looks like tie over and game over already in the favor of Aditya.
Selvin, that goal to make it 4-1, I have to say it, Salman, from Sagnik, that is very poor. Of course, we know how good Aditya Chadda is. We know how he suffocates you with that pressure. But for Sagnik to concede like that, that is not what you expect from a premier pro, from someone who has done so much in the game of FIFA, not just in Ultimate Team, but even in pro clubs. That was uncharacteristically poor, and he will be very disappointed, especially in that 4th goal. At 4-1, Aditya Chadda does not lose this tie, and I'm 100% sure that he makes his way into the next round in the upper bracket.
Absolutely, it does look certain, but Sagnik, of course, gave a great fight in the second half. And I think this is what can be very heartbreaking when it comes to FIFA. Sagnik was trying really hard to get the equalizer at 1-1. Aditya went on to make it 2-0. Sagnik makes it 2-1. He tried a lot of things to make it 2-all. Aditya went on to make it 3-1. And then, as we were talking about the 3rd goal need, Sagnik had another chance with Neymar. And I think maybe, just maybe, if he would have continued his run, he would have been in on goal. But then he chose to do a ball roll, after which Aditya got the ball. And before we could analyze the 3rd goal, Aditya was in with a half chance. He made the most of it. And guess what the result was? Something that we all expected, a goal. And it was 4-1 and 3 goals scored in the last 10 minutes of that game. between two pro players goes on to show how intense the game was. And let's just talk about the fourth goal once again. Neil, you saw it, I saw it. It was basic football. It was not something very special. He went on, he got the ball in dangerous position, cut back to his preferred foot, and once he got the opening, he had to take a shot, and which is what he did. And this is something that surprises us. These guys can do the basics right. These guys can do the extreme skill moves right, and everything that they do at times just makes us go wow. And that's what happened in the entire game.
Absolutely, Selvin. It was a battle of wills, and you saw towards the end that Aditya Chatta just imposed his will all over Sagnik. There was nothing he could do. There was nowhere he could hide. He had to concede, concede, concede again, 4-1. And that's the beauty about professional FIFA. When the margins are so tight, but then when someone gives up, when someone is exhausted, when someone is tired out, when someone has been beaten into subjugation, you see some really ugly scenes. If you're someone who's Team Sagnik, you would be cringing every time his defense was done, every time that perfect through ball was played and Di Maria ran in. He did the player switch. That was brilliant. I don't know whether he actually intended to do it or he just did to throw him off, but that was brilliant from Aditya Chadda. Created that space with Di Maria. Di Maria is not such a popular choice, but when Aditya Chadda picks a card, he knows what he's doing. All right, I've learned that never ever doubt this man's judgment because he knows what he's doing and he showed us that he knew what he's doing. And Selvin, Aditya Chadda always believes in himself. He is crusher, he believes in himself. I think anyone who's watching will believe that this man could quite possibly be the favorite to win the Esportz Premier Series presented by Josh and co-powered by LMG.
I mean, I would have no doubts if anyone would tell me that Aditya Chatta is going to go into this one as the favorite. And because the way he's played this game, let's be very honest, there was very little to choose between him and Sagnik when it came to gameplay. But when it came to decision making, when it came to surprise elements, when it came to expecting the unexpected, Aditya Chatta just proved how good he is with all those aspects. A lot of players, especially in that third goal, maybe would have gone for a cutback, maybe would have shot, not taken a shot from that angle. But Aditya Chatta knew, okay, this is my goal. I'm just going to maybe bait Sagnik to feel that, that I'm going to cut it back. Went on to take a shot. And he did a lot of similar things, even for the second goal, because Sagnik had no clue how Ronaldo had so much space. And with Aditya Chatta's Ronaldo in that much space inside the penalty box, I think Sagnik already knew no matter, even if he would have put 10 goalkeepers on the line, I think he would have still conceded that goal. And that's how good Aditya is. And talking about the first leg, it has ended 4-1 to Aditya Chatta, a scoreline none of us expected, not me for sure. I'm sure Neil would have thought it's going to be a little closer game because Neil said, I think Sagnik and Aditya are going to be separated by a margin of 2 goals. And I said that they'll be separated by a margin of 1 goal, which does not really seem right. And talking about the next game, we have the second leg underway. They are in the same kits with Aditya kicking us off this time with an aggregate score of 4-1. Neil, I'm not going to ask you for your prediction because I already know you're going to say that Aditya Chatta is winning this one. But I have a feeling this game is going to go down to the wire for some reason.
Well, Selvin, I know better than to question your instincts. But again, I know Sagnik very well. I've played against him, and when I played against him, I felt like I was taking on an impossible task. The only issue is that when I played against Adi Chadda, I felt the same way, just a couple of degrees more. So these two players, so good. You have to play them. Boys, you have to play them to know what they're going up against because right now, this is a clash of the titans. Do not let the scoreline fool you. Selvin, you know that Sagnik is still one of the best players in FUT, one of the best players in pro clubs too. And the fact that Aditya Chadda could put 4 past him, well, that just solidifies the fact that he is, if not the best, then absolutely within the top 3 players in our nation.
Well, I would not doubt that because he showed it with this game. And here is Sagnik trying to make sure that he can get something back here. There's one thing that, good about this game is that Sagnik, every time he gets the ball, he has a lot of space. But somehow, by the time he makes the decision, Aditya closes down all the gaps. And I do not know how that happens. Every time Sagnik gets the ball, I feel, okay, Sagnik is going to make the most of his attack. But by the time I finish thinking, Aditya already wins the ball back. And that's something that surprises me a lot.
Selvin, I did mention, I think yesterday or day before, that when I played co-op rivals with Aditya Chadda, the best thing to do for me was to just let him defend. It is absolutely a superpower, and we do laud him for his attack, but his defending, the way he just cows up space, is second to none. But right now, the way in which Mbappe just ripped apart his defender with those two cricketers, I think once you get the ball with Mbappe in that position and you give it to a player as talented as Sagnik, it's going to be a goal 10 out of 10, and he does score. This game is off to a great start from a neutral's perspective because it is 4-2 on aggregate, and Sagnik has the momentum. Selvin, what a goal that was.
What a goal that was indeed. And Neil, I think we spoke about this in the first leg with regards to decision making when it came to those skill moves. Sagnik loves doing these skill moves, and both of them have to make a choice, Aditya has to anticipate what skill is coming up next. Sagnik has to anticipate what is Aditya going to do next. And this time, finally, it worked right for Sagnik because Aditya went the wrong way, and Mbappe with that space after those skill chains was never going to miss. And as you said, as a neutral, I think we wanted a goal for Sagnik because he now has the momentum. And if he can go on and score the second goal, no matter when, I think this game, the focus of this game, the balance of this game shifts completely in Sagnik's favor.
Absolutely, Selvin. And Sagnik yesterday did come up with that comeback from 3-0 down. So, of course, Aditya Chatta is slightly better than Akash. I won't say much better because Akash has been great so far this tournament. But again, if you're Sagnik, you have to believe. I know he has not gotten as far as he's gotten without believing. And he absolutely believes that this game is there for the win, is there for the taking. And Neymar played through with that through ball, scores, and he is 2-0 up in 26 minutes. Selvin, are we going to see a comeback even greater than yesterday's?
Well, at this point, I just said, if Sagnik gets the second goal, the balance of this game, the momentum shifts in his favor. And I will not count that out. But then, having used the word count that out, Aditya Chatta is one person I can never count out because even if he's in a position where he needs 3 goals with only 1 minute left, he can get that goal. And as I was talking about it, there is no pressure on this man. He goes on and scores with Neymar Jr. to make it 2-1, to get that momentum back on track and to just stop Sagnik from getting away with this one. The aggregate now is 5-3, although Sagnik leads this tie 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts because we are in for a massive treat out here.
Well, if I'm Sagnik, I never expected Aditya Chatta not to score. I think he has prepared for this and he gets his 2-goal lead back. Neymar again is completely electric with that heel to heel, creates just the inch of space. That's all he requires to bring off that shot. It is 5-4 in aggregate, and Sagnik has scored 3 times in 33 minutes, more than he could score in that first leg in a third of the time. Wow, Selvin, these guys are really showing no restraint. They're just going at it like a street fight.
Absolutely, street fight is the word because they're putting on a show for us. Every time we think, okay, this is done, they come up with something different. And let's be honest, had Aditya not scored and Sagnik would have scored the third goal without Aditya scoring, I think Sagnik would have completely gone ahead and taken a lead before the end of the first half. But Aditya is in here, a person you cannot write off at any time. He is still in the lead when it comes to aggregate 5-4. But Sagnik is going to make sure that he tries and equalizes before Aditya gets the next goal. And this game, I think, is going to get decided in the most thrilling way for sure.
Salman, you're spot on. Right now, we've been spoiled we've just been spoiled in terms of entertainment. Aditya Chatta with that Di Maria who scored such a great goal in that first leg. I'm sure Sagnik is very careful now, if he wasn't already, not to give that Di Maria even an inch of space. He gives the ball to Cruyff. Cruyff was on the wing for Sagnik. Selvin, what do you think about playing Cruyff on the wing? Do you think he's up for it? Do you think he has that physicality, the pace? Or do you think that he's better suited to play down the middle?
Well, let's be honest. I think for a player like Sagnik, he likes to do those skill moves and create those gaps as he tried to do there with Neymar. But that's a big block. And coming back to Johan Cruyff, I think, Sagnik prefers him to be on the wings because he has Neymar down the center who can be a little more creative than Johan Cruyff. And while we speak about that, it finally gives us a break in this game because the first half of the second leg is over. And the score right now is 3 goals to Sagnik and 1 to Aditya Chatta, which means the aggregate is Aditya 5, Sagnik 4, with 1 half of FIFA left to play. And let me tell you, this one half of FIFA is going to be as entertaining as a 3-hour movie that you see, because there's going to be a lot of thrill, a lot of drama, a lot of action, everything that you want to watch in today's episode. As I said, today's episode of Josh App presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Head Energy Drinks.
Selvin, and I'm glad that you said there's been a lot of action. There is going to be a lot of action. What I'm happy is that there's not much perspiration. These guys have not sweated like your average weekly league sweat, and for that, I'm so glad they're playing some free flowing attacking FIFA, and this is a treat for us as viewers to watch.
Absolute treat for us as viewers, because let's be honest, a lot of players at 4-1 are going to be thinking, you know what, I am not going to attack anymore. I'm going to drop back, going to make sure there are 10 players defending and the goalkeeper along with that, just to make sure that the opponent does not even get a shot on target. But not Aditya, Chatta, not Sagnik, Banerjee. They are going for it. Even if one of them has to lose this game, I think they're going to make sure that it goes down to the wire and there are a lot of goals scored just for everyone who's watching.
Absolutely, they are entertainers to the core. And right now, Sagnik, with the chance to score with Ronaldo, he's used that heat-to-heat devastating effect. Right now, he tries the through ball, hoping to catch Aditya Chatta out, but Aditya Chatta is just too good a defender to be caught out, even though that was a very well-worked opportunity for Sagnik. I think Sagnik is pressing high, and Aditya Chatta might regret going for the directional because he leaves Sagnik on the ball with acres of space. What a great tackle that is by Verratti. That is a potentially goal-saving tackle because Aditya Chatta was caught out. A lot of his attackers were up, and right now he's got the ball. If I'm in his place, if I'm in Crusher's place, I will seek to slow it down just a bit because right now Sagnik does have all the momentum.
Well, absolutely. Talking about that tackle, I think that was a goal saving tackle and also a momentum saving tackle for Aditya Chatta, because if Sagnik would have scored that, he would have been in the hot seat to take the lead for the first time in this game. And let me tell you one thing, Neil. I think one great thing that I've liked about Sagnik in this leg is he is taking those risks in attack. He is not shying away from taking a shot out of any position. May it be blocked, may it be not on target, may it be saved. He is trying to make sure and putting the pressure on Aditya, telling them that, that I'm going to take a shot every time I get a chance. It's you who has to be prepared with regards to your defense. And this time, I'm not going to play safe. And that's what makes this game very much interesting.
Absolutely, Selvin. Right now, Ronaldo gives the ball away, but then again, it's Aditya Chadda's Ronaldo that gives the ball away. And Sagnik needs more of that. He needs more of those cheap giveaways from Crusher because that is what really puts the pressure on you when your striker gets the ball and then a second later he's been dispossessed. That really puts the pressure on you. Right now, though, Aditya Chadda has realized that he's playing a couple of passes in midfield, recycling possession, gives it to Eusebio. Selvin, I think it's interesting that one of them has gone for the muscular, pacey Eusebio, devoid of five-star skills as the right winger, while the other one started with Cruyff. I think that does tell you a lot about their respective game styles. The way that Aditya Chadda is not a purist. He's not someone who will be trying those skills out like Sagnik does. He'll be someone who will just play the pass, who will just take the basic croqueta cancel, he'll create space and score. I think that's it's really a great matchup, when two people who are not that similar go at it.
Well, absolutely. And I think for entertainment, it is a great matchup when two people with different play styles are up against each other. One thing I would like to point out about Aditya Chatta, if you notice, he is still playing a very attacking formation and a very attacking plan, because he had very few players back there to defend, but he has his wingers out wide right in attack, and which is a very bold thing to do considering that Sagnik has already scored 3 times in the first half, and goes on to show how much Aditya wants to play positive football and wants to score the next goal and win this game in a worthy way, and not a way wherein he'll be thinking, you know what, I regret playing this way, but I have to do it for the win, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin. And the first time I did play Aditya Chadda, I was blown away that a single FIFA player could bring on so much intensity, could cause so much stress in me. It was really a learning experience, and right now that is how he does it. He's got the space with Neymar. He does the elastico. He takes a shot. I think for Neymar to score from there, it's a bit of a tough ask. If only he could have gone in just a bit, maybe a couple of steps, and he probably would have scored. But right now, Aditya Chadda seems to have done a few tactical rejigs, and he must be hoping that this is enough to put Sagnik away. Sagnik, to his credit, has been fighting towards until the bitter end.
Well, yes, Sagnik has been fighting, and Aditya Chatta is trying everything to make sure that he scores the next goal so that he gets that 2-goal lead on aggregate, because that's going to give him a lot of breathing space. Because let's be honest, we haven't had a lot of time to breathe out here in the second leg. Imagine what these players are going through.
Absolutely, Seven. That's why I have so much respect for them because they are really putting it all on the line. They are really, it's a battle of the mind, and both these guys have shown that they have the nerves to deal with it. Right now, Aditya Chadda has acres of space. It's Hullet. He's isolated against Ronaldo, who gives it wide to Mamba. I don't know if that's the right move, but again, Aditya Chadda might just score from here now that I've said that with the commentator's curse. Sagnik has queued up a pause. Maybe he wants to go all out attack. If I'm Aditya Chadda, it is in my best interest that he now gets that pause. But if he gets that pause, it is after conceding a goal right now. Pamba on the wing with that cricketer, gives it to Ronaldo there. And I think a goal is going to come. He gets a deflection, goes for that elastico, goes towards the outside, gives it to Di Maria right now. Sagnik now is afraid because Aditya Chadda is not giving the ball away, but Sagnik wins that tackle, and now it's his turn to hit back on the break. Is that offside? No, it's not. He's got his own Ronaldo with the ball roll scoop turn, gives it to Neymar. Ronaldo in space, takes the cricketer. What a goal that is. This is amazing. 4-1, 5-5 on aggregate. Sagnik has done it against all odds against Aditya Crusher. Amazing. 7. What a goal that was. What a passage of play that was.
What a passage of play and what a goal indeed. There was one end where we thought Aditya Chatta is going to score and maybe get that lead back because Sagnik had cued the pause. But Sagnik goes on, takes the risk, does that back heel pass, which I think was the key to open up a lot of space because Aditya was hoping that he'll take a shot with Neymar or maybe cut it back later on. However, as I was talking about, Aditya is one player, even if he is 2 goals down at the 89th minute, he can win it with a margin of 2 goals when the time ends. And right now, he's not trailing in the aggregate score, but whoever scores the next goal within the next 3 minutes is going to be the winner. Sagnik making sure that he plays it safe because it's going to go down to golden goal if this stays the way it is. Let's be honest. I would like to apologize to Sagnik. I said it is not going to happen because I do not see Aditya throwing up a 4-1 lead. But Sagnik has proved me wrong. And guess what? He has one last chance. Cristiano Ronaldo is in. He's going to give it to Atal. Atal is going to miss it because Schmeichel has made a save to remember. And Sagnik is going to be kicking himself. He did everything right, but he still has a chance. Mbappe, that's going to be dependent by Aditya. He's going to clear it out for sure. Oh my goodness. This was entertainment at its best.
To quote the legendary Patrick Vieira, I love this game. 7. I don't think anyone could have expected that in their wildest dreams except for Sagnik. And he's the only one that matters. He believed and his players believed and he brought that belief onto the pitch. I told you that Aditya Chadda imposed his will upon Sagnik. He wrestled him and he pinned him back and he scored 4 goals. Well, Sagnik did the same right now and he almost won it in dramatic fashion, similar to the game against Akash. Well, Selvin, I'm telling you right now, one of these two men is going to lose, but both of these men have put on a show, and I'm glad that even the loser will be in the low bracket. There should be a chance to watch this game again. I think this has been the most exciting matchup I have seen in the entire tournament so far, and that's saying something.
Well, yes, indeed. And let's be honest, when Sagnik had the ball and when he moved backwards and cut the ball in space, I just saw the goalkeeper's movement that Aditya did, which was right on point. And believe me, I was in the flow and I was about to say, and Sagnik scores, but that save changed the entire moment. It was a very different moment for me too. And let's be honest, it was written in the script that it's going to be a 90th minute winner. We expected this to go down to the end, go down to the wire. And I would have not bet against Sagnik from scoring that. But guess what? Aditya Chatta, do not take anything away from him. It was his goalkeeper movement right at the right time, right place, right time for the keeper, saving that shot. And again, there was a chance with Mbappe, which he defended very well. And let's be honest, the golden goal, third game is going to start very soon. Just to remind you all, the game has ended 5-all after 2 legs. Aditya Chatta with a 4-1 lead after the first leg. Sagnik Banerjee 4-1 in the second leg. and we have now a golden goal to choose from. Whoever scores the first goal, Neil, is winning. I am obviously not going to ask you for the prediction because I did not want to jinx it for either of these players, which is why I will not be giving a prediction either. But whatever happens, let's just say, may the best man win.
Absolutely, Selvin. And you know what? I will give my prediction because I love giving my predictions. I think that the way the momentum has been, there have been so many twists and turns. I think there's going to be a final twist in the tail. I think Aditya Chatta is going to end this fairy tale by Sagnik because Sagnik 4-1 down came back to make it 5-all on aggregate. I think Aditya Chatta will score. And let's see, he goes down the wing with Di Maria with that Elastico. Absolutely does the fullback there. Luckily, João Cancelo can thank Vieira for saving his blushes because right now, right there, it was contemptuous ease with which Aditya Chatta just went down the wing with Di Maria. Again, he's got the ball. Again, he's got Neymar on the ball. He's got Ronaldo making that run, trying to find him. No, Sagnik's defensive movement is just too good. He's got Ronaldo back on the ball. Vieira out muscles him, gets the ball back. Selma, I can't speak. This is end-to-end action. Wow.
Believe me, Neil, this is exactly what I feel right now. I do not know how these players are playing in that pressure. As a caster, I can feel the pressure. My heart is pumping, thinking, okay, what's going to happen? When Di Maria was in that position, I was like, oh no, what's going to happen? Is that a penalty? Is that not a penalty? And this game is crazy. And let's be honest, oh my God, Sagnik has just given a back pass when Aditya messed up the offside trap. And is that going to come out to haunt him? I did not know. But let's be honest, Neil, we want to see a great goal to finish this off, of a goal deserving of a golden goal, isn't it? We would not like to see a rebound, maybe a penalty or something like that.
Absolutely, Seven. That'd be very anticlimactic. But I'm telling you right now, with these two great goals are promised, and right now, what was definitely not promised was A, Aditya Chatta messing up that offside trap, and B, Selvin making that Sagnik making that back pass. Sorry, I keep calling him Selvin. Maybe I just like the name so much, but amazing right now, amazing action. It is end-to-end stuff. It is reminding me of yesterday's game, Saransh versus Lokmanu. That was a great game. This is probably even better.
This is probably even better. And let's be honest, every day of Josha presents Esportz Premier Series, FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks is getting better and better and better. And this is certainly like the perfect script a Hollywood director or a Bollywood director or an OTT series director would have written, because everything has been in place and it has been perfect. And one golden goal in this game, if possible, the best possible way for anyone to score a goal would be ideal. I cannot decide who's going to win this one. Neil said it's going to be Aditya Chatta because that's one player he can never write off. But Sagnik has done something which seemed impossible to almost 99% of the people. And here he is in again with Mbappe. Especially his Mbappe in the second leg was so lively. He started the comeback with the first goal, made a lot of goals, and went on to possibly be the man of the match for him. And having said that, here is Aditya on the attack, plays that beautiful through ball to Di Maria, and every time Aditya plays this ball, there's panic in Sagnik's defense.
Absolutely, and right now is an uncharacteristic mistake by Aditya. Playing that lofted through ball there was not the move, and Sagnik, every time he's on the break, looks so dangerous. He is attacking with purpose. His player movements are so precise. His runs are so accurate. Right now with Mbappe, like you said, absolutely the man of the match in that second leg, the man who really single-handedly pulled Sagnik from the brink of elimination to the low bracket, mind you, and got him back in that game. Right now, Neymar one-on-one gives it to Ronaldo, who is in space, who gets the directional nutmeg. What a clutch tackle that is from Ramos. Almost had Ronaldo scoring for Sagnik, and that would have been the golden goal. Again, and now Ronaldo down the other end. We have seen this before. Aditya Chatta with the counter tries to play that through ball in, but Vieira and the keeper movement do just enough to stifle that attack. Selvin, this is absolutely top-notch entertainment. I do not know who's going to win, but I do know that the winner will have definitely earned it.
Well, it is top-notch entertainment indeed. And let's be honest, Neil, I think this goes on to show that these two players are humans and they can make a wrong decision under pressure. And this could have been worse if that would have been around 3 inches inside, because it was almost close to being a penalty. Sagnik has a chance again with his Mbappe who twists and turns. It's pretty difficult to contain him. He gives the ball to Ronaldo. It's a very narrow angle, even for somebody with Ronaldo's caliber. What a tackle to save it from reaching Mbappe. Having said that, Aditya Chatta is now going to go on an attack of his own. The last attack that he got, I think Neil and me, both of us thought is going to be a goal for sure. But Aditya, a side that we rarely see, him making a wrong decision under pressure. He was 2-on-1 and he chose the wrong option. And all credits to Sagnik for defending, for moving his keeper right. But Aditya is in again, and you never know who is going to score the goal because we are almost at the end of the first half and he's found a cross. Cristiano Ronaldo was at the end of it, but that's well defended. This is end-to-end stuff. Neil, take it over.
Selvin, right now we just saw Sagnik with a cross, which was miraculously cut out by an interception from Acuna. And right now, Aditya Chatta with that cross, it seemed that he was in acres of space, but Vieira caught his 6'3" frame up and headed away. Look at them right now. They're putting crosses in. They are desperate for this to end. Just imagine the pressure, the immense pressure that both of them is under right now, trying to score, trying to make sure that they don't concede. Right now, De Bruyne in the edge of the box there. I think if he had a 5-star skiller there, he would have found a way through. Despite that, it was De Bruyne with the 4-star skill moves, and that might be the only reason why Aditya Chatta could not do anything. 0 shots on target from both of them, and you just know that they are waiting to take that one chance, that one opportunity to get through to the next round. And boy, has this been a tie to look to. Like we knew this was going to be great. We knew that this was going to be special, but this has been magical beyond everything that we hoped for.
Well, indeed, I think it's beyond words that the thing that we've witnessed here, because we've been lost for words, we've been lost for breath at a lot of times. And I cannot believe these two champions are putting on a show and they're still going on. And the most heartbreaking thing is going to be that one of them is going to end up in the lower bracket by losing on a golden goal. Something that we saw yesterday as well. And having said that, Sagnik has somehow managed to find Mbappe, and I think that's going to be a goal kick. It is. And Aditya, I thought he went short, but he's chosen the right option. He's not crumbled under pressure. So has Sagnik. Both of them have shown character, but they've made some wrong decisions, which may continue to haunt them at the end of the tournament. And let's be honest, Neil, I have a feeling we are going to see a very dramatic goal by the end of the 90th minute.
Absolutely, Selvin. I mean, right now this seems like a bit like torture for both of these players because this has been a 52-minute and counting golden goal extra time. Honest to God, I don't know how these guys do it. I don't know how they have the mental and the stress-taking capacity to just do it. Right now, Aditya Chatta with that through ball, Ronaldo is in. The keeper movement is perfect from Courtois. Sagnik, take a bow. That was immense. That was on the money, and there was no way he was scoring from there. Right now, a cheeky flick from Sagnik with De Jong of all people, not even 5-star skill moves, and it's effective. You know, Selvin, that's the best thing. It's not just impudent, but it's also effective. Gets the ball out of pressure. Now he is attacking.
Well, what a passage of play. And I think Cristiano Ronaldo in that position, Sagnik was sure he's going to take a shot. And the only way to save that was by moving the keeper to cover that far post, because there was no way he could have shot near post from there. And after that, that beautiful move from De Jong, which led up to, a beautiful moment for a split second. But here is Aditya Chatta again with Cristiano Ronaldo, defended by Sagnik. Now, let's be honest, by this time in the second leg, we had 4 goals already. By this time in the first leg, the score was 2-0. But right now, in the most crucial situation, in the most under pressure situation, there has been no goal, and whoever scores first is going to win. We do not know who that is going to be. But let's be honest, we could not have written a better script to this game. I mean, for this game, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin, you're right. Again, you made a very good point there about there being 4 goals at this point in the second leg. I think it's purely because of the fact that the value of the goal in golden goal gets increased tremendously. Right now, Ronaldo is in a dangerous spot. He goes for the roulette. He does not get through, but he still has the ball. He is still with Neymar. The passing is rapid. The skill moves are at the speed of light, but somehow or the other, Aditya does survive. He plays that hit and hope ball from Eusebio. It's never a good sign when you play that driven pass, just hoping to get out, and he does lose the ball there. Sagnik is seeming to get a stronghold on this game. And if I'm at the Chadda, I have to do something. I have to maybe reconsider my tactics. What I can say with certainty is that this has been a hell of a game of FIFA.
It has certainly been the game that we would have expected for sure. And when we saw this yesterday, this fixture yesterday, we were hoping that it lives up to the hype because we hyped it up a lot and we were waiting for this game. And right now, I have no clue as to what's going to happen next because every time these guys are on the attack, some weird thing keeps happening. They either go for the extra pass or it's defended or they miss, and it's so unexpected, isn't it? Everything that they're doing, I think they are under a lot of pressure because we both, while casting this game, can feel the pressure ourselves. If we are feeling this way, I'm sure they are shivering and playing, and I think that's what defines a champion who can hold their nerve under pressure.
Absolutely, Selman. The only thing I will say is that these two people have shown time and again that they are not human, they're special. And you know what? It has to take something special to be in this position, to take that much stress, to take that much pressure, and still perform. I'm pretty sure that even though there is going to be a loser in this game, the loser who will be in the lower bracket will make his way up and will make his way, if not to the grand final, absolutely to the final. There's a reason why these two are amongst the four favorites for this tournament, alongside Lokman and alongside Saransh, because they are that good and they are showing it right now.
Well, absolutely. And I am still thinking what's going to happen next. I do not want to miss out on any of the action because both these players are cancelling each other out. Something that we haven't seen in the first two legs because we saw a lot of goals in those legs. And Sagnik is in here with Mbappe. He's going to cut it back. But guess what's happened? Aditya has again made sure that he read that pass already. But Sagnik has won it back with Neymar Jr. And Sagnik with Neymar, Ronaldo, Mbappe, and Cruyff is possibly having the most skillful attack out of everyone in this tournament right now. And here he is losing the ball, and Ronaldo has passed it to Eusebio, who has a lot of space. And Neil, I do not know, but I feel there is a goal coming before this game ends, and we're not going to extra time or penalties.
Absolutely. Right now, Aditya Chatta did have the chance on the edge of the on the edge of the box, and uncharacteristically makes a wrong decision to go for that elastico there. Selvin, right now we have had 268 minutes of FIFA. Can you believe that? And the strangest thing is that after scoring 5 goals in each of the games, in this game there has been 0 goals, but right now Neymar is in. What a block that is! That is the best block I have ever seen in all these years of watching FIFA. That block keeps him in the game, keeps Aditya Chatta in the game, and Sagnik will be livid that he did not score there.
Oh my goodness, I was about to scream saying that Sagnik has scored the golden goal. But let's be honest, all credits to Aditya. That was not an automatic block. That was Aditya Chatta's, just blocking the path of that goal from going into the back of the net. And I cannot believe it. This is some next level pressure that these players are playing with. There's going to be one last chance in this game, which is going to fall to Aditya Chatta. He has Neymar Jr., and if he can make the most of this, this is possibly going to be the most heartbreaking golden goal ever. And here is a free kick. It's not over. I thought it's over, but it's a free kick. Neil, do you think
Right now,
this is going to
Selvin,
come
is he going
in
for
the
it?
most
Does he
ugly?
have does he have the confidence to go for it? I don't believe this. Look at that. Look at that movement. What is Sagnik doing? I think Sagnik is just trying to confuse him with that movement. Sagnik is moving everyone except for that one person on the wall. Ramos shoots it. Ramos is blocked. And that is going to be the 90 minutes. 7 minutes crazy. You know what? The first 90 minutes at 5 goals. The second 90 minutes at 5 goals. The third 90 minutes at 0 goals. But this might have just been the most exciting 90 minutes of this game right now.
Absolutely. It has been the most exciting 90 minutes. But let's be honest, there were so many moments wherein we thought, okay, this is going to be a goal. Okay, this is going to be a goal. Aditya had a chance. Sagnik had a chance. And there were so many chances, but there was not even a single goal. But there was a lot of panic out there in defense. There was a lot of panic out there in attack. And I'm sure everybody of you had a lot of entertainment. And just like me and Neil, I'm sure you are still thinking, how do we not have a winner till now? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a confirmation about what's going to happen next because, very honestly, we do not know about the situation as we've never been to this one. And we are going to move into extra time of the same game. And then if needed, we're going to go into penalties. Let me just tell you, the golden goal rule still remains because we're going to go into extra time. And if there is no goal after extra time, we're going to go into possibly the most heartbreaking way of deciding a game, which is penalties. And Sagnik and Aditya, both of them hate playing and deciding their fate based on a penalty shootout. But it is what it is. We've had some mad entertainment throughout 3 legs of FIFA, as Neil said, 270 minutes of non-stop action, which could have been capped off very beautifully if Sergio Ramos would have scored from that free kick. But we have extra time, Neil, and very honestly, I have no clue what's going to happen. Even if I was the richest man on this planet, I was still not going to make a bet on who's winning because I just don't know what's going to happen.
Selvin, I would not have put it better. 170 minutes of FIFA and to still be level is such a huge credit to both these players. I think both of them have played their hearts off and both of them need to be lauded for the performance that they have put. The game is about to start very soon, Selvin. I need a prediction from you. Come on. I think I'll go first, just so you have to follow through. I think it's going to be level after 30 minutes. They will put on a defensive masterclass and probably choke a few attacking scenarios. But then on penalties, it is going to be Ali Chatta who wins.
Well, if you ask me for a prediction, I just think it's going to be Aditya Chatta who's going to get a goal only because Sagnik missed a goal right at the end of the second leg and he missed another one right at the end of the third leg. And the game is currently half and is going to go into extra time and the golden goal because right now is actually when the game has ended and they're going to go into this game and I have no clue what's going to happen because it's extra time. It's going to be heartbreaking for one of them. It's going to be heartbreaking for us because these two are our friends. We talk to them on a daily basis. We interact with them and losing a game of FIFA in a competitive tournament, a tournament as big as Josha presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy drinks on a golden goal or penalties is going to hurt them and it's going to hurt us.
Absolutely, Selvin, but I will give them a word of reassurance. Losing in this fashion, in this lottery that is a golden goal, is absolutely not the end. Saran Jain lost yesterday to Lokmanu with the golden goal, and I'm telling you right now, we will see him at the business end in the final round. Both these players are too good to be put away by this. But right now, the Chadda with Neymar, what is he doing? He stays static there. Sagnik gets the chance to tackle him once, misses, but the second time it does land. A couple more of those opportunities, and I don't think Aditya will mess up again.
Absolutely, and I think this time Aditya went for Sagnik, hoping that Sagnik would make the move and he could just go through, maybe find an elastico or something like that to create that extra space on the left. But Sagnik held his ground and defended that quite well. And as we were talking about, how heartbreaking it's going to get. But at the end of the day, this is a competitive sport and there can only be one winner. And having said that, there's a big chance out here. Neymar Jr. is going to take it first time. That is 2 big saves by Schmeichel. Unbelievable stuff. If there's a man of the tie, it has to be Aditya Chatta's goalkeeper because he has kept him in this game time and again. And again, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. How is Sagnik missing? Or is it an Aditya Chatta masterclass when it comes to goalkeeper movement?
The Great Dane is proven to be hard to beat. He is proven to be impossible to beat in the last 90 so minutes or something. Right now, it's been 30 minutes in, and Sagnik is trying, and now this time he misses. Selvin, what have I just seen? Right now, I was so sure he was going to score, and Sagnik seemingly just passed the ball away in disbelief. Right now, there was nothing Schmeichel could do to save it, but the post comes to Aditya Chadda's rescue, and now I truly 100% believe that Aditya Chadda is going to win this game because he has someone up there rooting for him, looking out for him, protecting his goal. His goal is leading a charmed existence, and if I'm Sagnik, I don't know what I have to do to score in this game.
I have no clue. He could not beat Schmeichel 3 times. The last time he tried, he beat Schmeichel, but he could not beat the post. And Sagnik must be kicking him. And all 5 have been saved. in possibly the most dramatic way. And every time it looked like Aditya has crumbled under pressure, given the ball away and not defended his line well. Sagnik had a chance and he could not score. And I have no clue what's going to happen. I am just hoping I can survive after casting this game, because if you are a heart patient,
Heartbreak. I think heartbreak is on the menu there. Di Maria puts the ball forward to Neymar, the keeper, with a very creative pass. I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe he was just jealous of Schmeichel getting the spotlight, and right now he wanted some of that. Selman, this is the Esportz Premier Series. A huge shout out to them for organizing this, to put on such great games for us. A huge shout out to Hell Energy and to Josh App for sponsoring this event, for making this possible. Do not forget, it's a 50,000 prize pool just for the Online Qualifier 2. You win that, you also get a chance to face CJ in the grand finale at the LAN event. But right now, speaking of winning, it is Sagnik who has won a free kick on the edge of the box. It is Vieira who's taking it. I'm pretty sure he's going for a passing routine, because why else would Vieira take it? But look at him right now. He's got Neymar, he's got Ronaldo, I think he's got De Jong lined up behind, and he's got, I think, is that Messi? I think it's Messi or Atal. This is an intricate routine. What if he scores from here? He's not taking it. It is Paredes with the pass, gives it through to Neymar, and it is a clearance by Aditya Chatta. Imagine if you'd have put that in top corner, Selvin.
Well, right now, I'll be very honest with you, Neil. I cannot imagine any outcome of this game, because we have seen it all. I mean, we've seen Sagnik score all of those goals. We've seen Aditya score all of those goals. But the way they have missed in this game, and again, he goes on to hit the crossbar. This is written in the stars. I think we...
Taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trends. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trends. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Welcome back, everyone, and I am sorry for the technical difficulties that happened. I am sure you're thinking what just happened in that game. After 3 legs of FIFA, after extra time, and after all that madness, all that entertainment, Sagnik Banerjee has gone on to win the game by 6-5. Let's say it that way, because he won it on penalties after 3 legs of FIFA with no golden goal separating them. We have a winner, which is Sagnik Banerjee, and we're going to give him the score 6-5 because he's won it on penalties. Once again, we're sorry for the technical difficulties. It's just a one-off thing, and I'm sure you wanted to see the penalty shootout. We saw it, and it was incredible. And Neil is going to agree with me that we needed a big break after that one.
Well, Salman, we needed a big break after that one. I'm sure the viewers in the audience needed a big break after that one. Big shout out, kudos to Sagnik and Aditya, because they deserve a full night's rest after the performance they just put on for us. Anyone who knocks esports, okay, anyone who thinks FIFA is not at that level, I urge you, I beg you, watch this game. All right, go through the highs, go through the lows, go through the stress, and tell me that these players don't deserve everything and more that they get. What a performance. Two young men, two focused young men, two men who have the world of FIFA at their feet. Brilliant. I think Aditya Chatta and Sagnik Banerjee should be very proud of themselves. What a game that was. And the only complaint I have about that game is that someone comes off as a loser. But Aditya Chatta's journey has not come to an end. He will be moving to the lower bracket and he will still be there. And I'm sure this game will light a fire inside of him that will make finals of the losers bracket and more. Selvin, take it away.
Well, I still cannot believe, and I think you very, very, very rightly said that the only thing we hated about the game, that there was one person who would be ending up in the lower bracket. But on a positive side, it is not an elimination for Aditya Chatta. He will be there in the lower bracket, joined by the other names which are still there. Akash is still there in the tournament in the lower bracket, along with the Somak and Saransh, who will be playing tomorrow, I guess, and they'll be battling it out to make sure that from Joe Shah presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Well, we've spoken so much about this game. We've spoken so much about Aditya and Sagnik that, I think it's been amazing. They've deserved each and every bit of it, and everything that they earn, everything that they have, you know, every organization they represent and everything that they do. I think the game that they just showed is amazing. I'm still lost for words. Let me tell you, Neil, I still feel like this is a dream, especially considering how the game ended, how all the games ended. I still feel like this is a dream, and I may wake up and just realize, okay, that the result was different. But let's be honest, it is what it is, and Sagnik Banerjee has won it on penalties. Up next, of course, we have another blockbuster game which promises a lot of entertainment, a lot of action, a lot of thrill, just like some movie. Because up next we have Lokmanu Chaturvedi going up against Naveen. Of course, Lokmanu Chaturvedi defeated Saransh to get into the winners bracket semi-final, and Naveen, of course, had a dominant performance against Somak to go ahead and cement his place, to book his place in the upper bracket semi-finals. Now let's talk about this game, and it's going to be pretty interesting, isn't it, Neil? Because Lokmanu knows about winning. Naveen knows about winning. Naveen and Lokmanu are in top form right now. I mean, I think both of them are thinking this is the best time for us to meet each other at a competitive tournament.
Absolutely, Selvin. And on the final word on Aditya Chadda and Sagnik Banerjee, I think they might just be the standout players of today. Lokmanyu Chaturvedi was the standout player of yesterday, beating the tournament favorite Saransh Jain with the golden goal. He won 3-2. I'm sorry. He won 4-3. And today, he is back in action, looking to progress further in this tournament. He hasn't lost a game yet. He has faced a tough opposition in Chaitanya Singh and then Saransh Jain. And now it is up to him to take care of Naveen. Naveen, who had such an impressive result against Soma Ghosh yesterday as well. I think both these players are in great form. Of course, Lokmanu won by just the solitary goal, but then again, he did beat Saransh Jain, widely regarded to be amongst the top three players in India. And Naveen, on the other hand, had a very comfortable game against Somak. Somak, who got it completely wrong tactically, and Naveen just took advantage and pressed home the advantage against him. I think both these players are doing very well in this tournament so far. Both these players have put on some promising displays. Selvin, what do you think is going to be the who do you think is going to win?
Well, again, it's a pretty tough question to answer, but I think just like yesterday, I'm going to say whoever wins. Before we talk about the game, I think on behalf of me and Neil, I would like to out on the epic ending between Sagnik and Aditya's game. Happen. This is something that cannot be avoided. Having said that, today's game promises to be absolutely amazing. We can take a look at the upper bracket final, which shows Sagnik Banerjee in the best of five, of course, and Akash and Aditya are there in the lower bracket. So that's something that is not a demotivating factor. Lokmanu and Naveen. This game is going to be action packed. Both of them are United fans, just like yesterday, where Lokmanu and Saransh met each other. Both of them like to win the game late, and both of them like to dominate their opponent. And it's going to be a clash of game plan, a clash of tactics, a clash of formations. And let's just hope it gives us a lot of goals and it gives us a lot of entertainment.
Exactly, Selvin. I think both these guys have what it takes, and they will be keen to showcase that they have what it takes, especially after following up from Sagnik Banerjee and Aditya Chadda. Selvin, I'm a bit confused about these brackets. So, if the loser of this game between Lokmanyu and Naveen will be facing Aditya Chatta in the next game, right?
That is correct. And the winner between Saransh and Somak is going to face Akash in the next round, which is going to be the lower bracket semifinals. And but coming back, look at these two players, two United fans, two top players. Lokmani Chaturvedi versus Naveen is a game which is lined up, which is going to start anytime soon. They're just trying to connect. I am sure you guys have witnessed some amazing FIFA today and throughout. Josha presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Make sure to subscribe to the channel in case you haven't already, because you should not be missing out on any of the tournament days every time we go live, and also not miss out on different tournament information. And Neil, I'm just promoting it because we may not get a lot of time to promote anything once this game starts, isn't it?
Absolutely, Selvin. I completely expect it to be end to end. I expect the action to be something which you can't take your eyes off. So I'm going to tell you once again, this is the Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 Online Qualifier 2, powered by LNG. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to the sponsors, and big shout out to the organizers for putting on this show for us. FIFA 21 is almost about to come to an end, but the competition is still alive. There is the chance to win this qualifier and the chance to go on to face CJ in the grand finale at the LAN event. These players have all to play for, and the game has begun.
Well, yes, they have all to play for. Lokmani Chaturvedi is the one in the Manchester United kit, the red and white of Manchester United, and Naveen is playing in the white and blue kit. And this is going to be some end-to-end stuff as well. I am not sure if it will have a lot of goals, but for sure it's going to have a lot of entertainment, because these two players are very good defensively and they are equally good when it comes to attack. Both of them know how first goal, and I think this is going to be something very crazy for us.
Absolutely, Selman. You're spot on as usual. Lokmanu with the through ball to Dybala on the wings, and this is looking promising. The first attack kickoff. Right now, he has Dybala, but the ball is lost. That Dembele passing it to Neymar. I'm waiting to see what Naveen's Neymar does, because he was the standout player in the game against Somak yesterday.
Well, yes, Naveen was the standout player against Somak in the game, and Lokmani, of course, showed his clutch abilities to go ahead and win a game despite of going 3-2 down after the start of the second leg. But both these players, of course, have been in such situations multiple times, and they know to find a way through. Although the punishing part about an esports game is that there can only be one winner, and at times it can go down to golden goal, at times it can go down to penalties, and that can be heartbreaking. But for some reason, I do feel, again, this game is going to go down to the wire. It's going to be fought very hard, I mean, by both these players. And let's just hope we have a lot of entertainment.
Selvin, you're right, and I'm telling you right now, I missed out on asking you for your prediction. I will not accept a non-prediction. So tell me right now, Selvin, who do you think is going to win this game, and by how many goals?
Okay, so right now, I think whoever scores the first goal, and I have a feeling that can be Naveen because he was in there, but Lokmanu had his defenders in place for the block. Neil, I think I'm going to give a prediction as soon as I see the person who scores the first goal, because I think whoever scores the first goal is winning this tie by 3 goals to 2.
Well, Selvin, thank you for the detailed prediction. I think I need to reply with a prediction of my own. But before I do that, I will give you the reasonings behind why I choose Lokmanu. I'm telling you something, in life, as in FIFA, you have to be capable to take immense amounts of pain if you want to achieve greatness. You have to be capable of undergoing a lot of stress, put yourself in tough situations and survive. Only then will you get the prize at the end. And Lokmanu, in his career so far, has displayed that he is someone who can take the heat when the things get tough. When the going gets rough, Lokmanu Chaturvedi does find a way, by hook or by crook, to persevere and to just break through. No matter how big the obstacle is, no matter how big the opposition is, Lokmanu Chaturvedi finds a way, and more often than not, he ends up winning. For that reason alone, I feel like he's had the perfect warm up to this game. He beat Chaitanya Singh, a very talented player from the Delhi scene. And after that, he beat Saran Jain, a man who needs no introduction in this FIFA context. I think he has gone through hell. And I think he's someone who's completely equipped to go through hell again, and that's why I think it's going to be him who's going to win this tie.
Well, that is a very fair thing to say and a very right prediction as well that can turn out to be that way because Lokmanu does have what it takes to win this. Even Naveen, of course, who has been so good throughout this tournament. He's had some great games. He played Rudraksh Bali. He won 5-2 against him. Then yesterday against Somak, he scored 10 goals over 2 legs and winning that thing by 10 goals to 3. Against Lokmanu, of course, I am pretty much convinced that nobody is scoring 10 goals because Lokmanu has that rock solid defense. But I think in a game like this of FIFA, it can come down to the wire. And there is Lokmanu with the chance. Acuna, that is a big save. He went near post. And I think Lokmanu took the gamble thinking Naveen is going to move his keeper to the far post. But the risk for Naveen of bringing the keeper in front pays off. And it stays at 0-0. And Lokmanu must be raging.
That was a chance which you have seen Lokmanu convert time and time again. Naveen did make the mistake with that offside trap, which allowed Lokmanu to just get in behind. Connected. I think it's Lokmanu who's probably facing connection issues right now. Seven. What's going on? Have you seen this before? Uh, this is not normal in the context of this FIFA game. I think there must be some technical difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry that this is happening, and hopefully you can figure it out very soon. I think they have resolved it, and the game does go on. It's a funny business.
Yeah, indeed. I think it looks a little like, it looks like there are a lot of technical issues when it comes to the servers or when it comes to the gameplay today. And that is something that's beyond our control. We're really sorry that you as an audience has to, go through and see it on your screen. But believe us, whatever the best, the best that can be done is being done to make sure that everything is smooth. In Josh App presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. We've had so many good days of this tournament without any technical difficulties. And looking at the scene right now, it looks like everything is good to go. We're still at 0-0 in the first half of the first leg of this winners bracket semi-final blockbuster clash between Naveen and Lokmanu. And there is going to be one final chance, and Lokmanu decides to go for a cross, trusting Cristiano Ronaldo's heading skills. But Naveen trusted his defense. However, Neymar Jr. gets the ball, continues, and puts the ball in the back of the net right at the stroke of halftime. Lokmanu Chaturvedi scores the goal that he wanted. And for my prediction, I think it's going to be 3 Lokmanu and 2 to Naveen, considering that I said that whoever scores first scores 3 goals and wins this game.
Well, Salvin, you just see that Lokmanu will never give up. He will keep persevering. He will keep attempting, and he is rewarded for his hard work. He's rewarded for his trust in his players. That Neymar has been his standout player of the tournament, 99 rated summer star Neymar, and Lokmanu knows how to use him to maximum effect. It's 1-0. Some might say a 45th minute goal. I think it is deserved because Naveen has not created that much. Obviously, we had the small interruption in the middle. I just want to assure everyone viewing that Esports is doing everything they can possible to do this right now. Again, due to COVID, we can't have a LAN event, and so there will be some technical glitches from the player standpoint. But wow, Selvin, I think he just quit the game.
Yes, absolutely. It looks like they've quit the game. We will have an update about what is happening. But before the match could end, Lokmanu Chaturvedi found the right time to score a goal because he scored the goal with potentially the last kick of the game. We're still waiting on an update with regards to what has difficulties again because there are some technical difficulties today. And Neil, talk us through the first half.
Well, Salvin, from the gameplay that we got to see, I think it was shaping up to be an exciting tie. And again, I'm a bit disappointed that it was snatched away from us because of these technical difficulties. I think both these players have the potential to put on a great show for us. And I do think that, from the goal that we got to see, it was a great goal. It was a well taken goal. It was an opportunistic goal. And you expect a professional player like Lokman to score these goals. The composure, the technique, the talent, it's shown through in that one goal. And if that was the last piece of action that we see, I'm glad that we got to see it.
Absolutely. I think even I was glad to see it. And I think it was a sign of a champion because a lot of people would feel, oh no, I've actually messed up this chance. And maybe the last chance of the half that I could have got, I could have scored has been taken away from me. But not Lokmanu. He got the ball back with Neymar in a position from where nobody would have expected any player to score. But he waited for the right moment, did not go for the pass, did the skill moves, and got back into a position from where he could score. And what a finish that was at that time. Under pressure, having missed a goal, missed an easy chance already, to score that is not easy.
Absolutely, that Acuna chance could have come back to haunt him, and who knows, it might still haunt him. But you got to take the chances that come to you, and he missed the first one. But a seasoned veteran like Lokmanu will never miss the second one, and he didn't. He betted that, and so far, Selvin, the score is 1-0, and I'm excited to see how this goes through.
Well, even I'm excited. I'm sorry to the viewers because we're still waiting for an update with regards to what has happened. There must be some technical difficulties between the two players, which is why we have been struggling a little with regards to this. Really sorry once again. I mean, the day was going pretty well. We've had some great games and we had some great action. And I think for some reason, the game between Lokmanu and Naveen is going to be resuming. So yes, the game has resumed and everything is in place. We're still waiting for an update to see if the game is going to restart or is this going to be 1-0 with one half played. We will update you as the game goes on. But for now, Lokmanu Chaturvedi with his red and white kit, and we have Naveen in the white and blue kit.
Well, Selvin, I'm just glad that we get to see some FIFA action again. Of course, they are fleshing out the details of the score and what's going on behind the scenes. Right now, I just hope that the technical issues that have plagued the stream for the past 45 minutes or so have come to an end. Because honestly, these players are going to put on such a good show for us. They do deserve to have the maximum number of eyes watching the product at this time. Again, this is the Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, and it's co-powered by LNG and brought to you by the Josh app. This is the Online Qualifier Two. The winner goes on to face CJ at the LAN event. It promises to be an exciting spectacle. It promises to showcase the best of the Indian FIFA 21 scene, and I am excited. I'm glad that I get to host this, to cast this event with Selvin St. Mayo.
Well, Neil, that's too kind of you, but the pleasure is all mine to get to cast with you, Lokmanu. I think all three of us are, pretty happy with regards to how this tournament has gone. Not just the games, but I think the casting opportunity that we have here, thanks to Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll still update you based on what the scene is with regards to that first half which was played. And right now, Naveen and Lokmanu look like they've started where they left off because both of them have that attacking intent and both of them are very solid defensively.
Absolutely, Selvin. I mean, despite all this, this matchup is so interesting. As Lokman is someone who is the consummate professional who will make sure to first ensure that he does not concede, and then he look to go forward and score. Naveen, on the other hand, is playing such exciting free flowing football. I am looking forward to see if he at least tries one of those famous long shots of his. Imagine doing it against Lokman. Imagine doing it against one of the best players in the Indian FIFA scene.
Absolutely. And both these players, of course, are well known in the Indian FIFA scene. Lokmani, of course, has been one of the most consistent players. And he has shown time and again that every time he has to step up, every time somebody counts him out, he finds a way through. And that's something that has been happening. Naveen, on the other hand, has been such a dominant person when he plays tournaments. He's been a part of so many tournaments. He's won n number of minor events, n number of major events, and out here, I have a feeling the gameplay is looking pretty smooth, and let's hope that this game goes to the wire as well. And having said that, Naveen tries to attack, but in a very similar position that he was in the first half. He has been caught offside. 20 minutes played, 0-0, the first leg of this game between Lokmanu and Naveen. And I have a feeling Naveen has a different game plan for this one.
Well, if I'm Naveen, I know what to expect from Lokmanu. Lokmanu, of course, streams his games on Twitch, and it's he's an open book. That's the great thing about Lokmanu is that there's so much tape on him. There are so many resources on YouTube, on Twitch, where you can see how he's doing. And all right, this is an interesting turn, Selvin.
It is an
Ladies and gentlemen,
interesting
again,
turn
I do
indeed, ladies and
apologize.
gentlemen. Yeah.
There seems to be a technical difficulty. Do bear with us. We are working behind the scenes tirelessly to figure it out and bring to you this game that we're all excited to watch.
Absolutely. Once again, very sorry about what is happening. And it looks like there are some technical difficulties today with the servers, which is why the game has been cut off for now. And we have the Naveen versus Lokmanu Chaturvedi screen going on. Let's just wait for a minute and get a confirmation on this. But Neil, I think in the time, okay, we cannot really describe about what is going on. Let's talk about the game between Aditya and Sagnik once again, because I'm sure the audience missed out on the penalty shootout. For the ones who missed out, okay, just to let you all know, it started in the best possible way with Sagnik and Aditya converting the first penalty, and then Sagnik and Aditya both going on to miss the second penalty, after which Aditya could not convert, and Sagnik converted his fourth penalty to make sure that Aditya goes on to lose this one. And what were your thoughts about the penalty shootout, especially?
Well, Selvin, I think it would have been a travesty of justice if Sagnik would have been denied in that penalty shootout because Schmeichel was on some Superman stuff in that game. The saves he was making, it was unbelievable. I don't know whether that was Aditya Chatta's godly keeper movement or it's just the fact that the Great Dane is one of the biggest, most imposing, and most dominant keepers in the game. But in the penalty shootout, his luck finally ran out. And Sagnik, just look at that face. That face is someone who has no issues with nerves, who has no issues with confidence, and who has laser like focus. In the penalty shootout, there's only going to be one winner. And I think, based on the 300 minutes of FIFA that we got to witness, I think Sagnik was the deserved winner. But I would like to state that Aditya Chadha has been unwell for a long time, and he might be having COVID. And for him to put on that performance, suffering from that illness, is by no means a small feat. And shout out to Aditya Chadha for really putting on a show for us, the fans, the viewers, and everyone in the FIFA scene. I know there's a lot of aspiring pros who religiously watch these players play just to take notes, just to get better. And today they showed us that they are at the top for a reason.
Well, absolutely. And I'm really sorry once again for the technical and the network issues that are happening, but we will update you soon based on what is going on. Okay, we will be updating you based on the scores in just a minute because we're still hoping to see what has happened and get the right information. And from the update that we're getting, Lokmanu Chaturvedi has won the first leg by 4-1. We will get a confirmation of that soon once we go into the second leg. And I think we will, once again, really sorry for the technical issues that are happening. This is something that is beyond our control. And we will let you know about it.
Absolutely, Selvin. I think there's really not much we can do in this situation. But 4-1 to Lokmanu, I think Lokmanu did seem to be getting into his groove in that game. So I'm not surprised that he got that 4-1 lead. Selvin, tell me something. What do you think the chances are that Lokmanu goes on to win this whole thing?
Okay, we're really sorry. It seems like Naveen has won the game 4-1. And this is something that we're still trying to figure out on our end. And give us some time to figure this out because these technical issues are going to take a little time. I think, Neil, in the meanwhile, we'll just focus on the game between Aditya and Sagnik. And here we have the results, actually, which says 2-2. And
Well,
it says Naveen has won 4-1 against Lokmanu. We're really sorry. We're still trying to figure out what has exactly happened because there were a lot of technical difficulties.
Selvin, in case of this finishing 4-1, let's put aside the fact that we did not get to witness this. Salman, well, it's 4-1, and for Naveen, that is such a standout result to do that against Lokmani Chaturvedi. Uh, Again,
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Welcome back once again, guys, to Josha Presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. We are really sorry for the technical difficulties that have happened. Unfortunately, due to some glitch, it wasn't the live game that was showing between Lokmanu and Naveen. To give you all the correct information, the first leg between Lokmanu and Naveen has been played, with Naveen winning the game by 4-1. And without wasting any further time, the second leg has already started. So me and Neil will be going into the game. So let's check what is happening in the game right now. The second leg between Lokmanu and Naveen. The first leg has ended 4-1 in the favor of Naveen. Neil, would you have expected that scoreline at the end of the first leg?
Well, Selvin, considering the fact that we didn't get to watch the game, I do think that commenting on that will be a bit difficult. But honestly, Naveen showed his class yesterday against Somak, and and we did see Lokman do so well against Saransh. So for this to happen, it absolutely screams upset of the tournament. Let's see though. We saw Sagnik come back from 4-1 down. Lokman definitely has the skill, he definitely has the experience, and he definitely can do that. We are 28 minutes into the game, and we do have Lokman wearing that blue kit with Naveen attacking in red.
Absolutely, and that's 29 in-game minutes already. And it's going to be a mountain to climb for Lokmanu because he's playing this game. I don't think he's been in a situation where he was 4-1 down after a first leg, for a long time. But never write Lokmanu off, and he can actually produce a comeback. And we've seen a comeback many times because, as you said, Sagnik won that comeback. Won the game against Aditya after a comeback, and it was crazy. And this game, of course, Lokmanu is going to do everything possible to hopefully get the goal that he wants and then put the pressure on Naveen. But having said that, Naveen is somebody who always is calm. And there's a reason he won the first leg 4-1. And he can certainly close this game out as well. Neil, I think this is going to be a very great game of FIFA because we've already got a goal in this one. And wow, out of nowhere, Naveen makes it 5-1 on aggregate, and that should possibly be game over. Credits to Naveen for taking his chance. Lokmanu caught out while attacking, and this is amazing stuff by Naveen.
Selvin, everyone at this stage has great teams, but Naveen's team is something special. Can you imagine? He has got prime Ronaldo taking that shot there, and somehow the keeper saves it. But then you got team of the season Mbappe coming in and putting home the rebound. I think Lokman has had a very bad game. I don't know what's gone wrong. Maybe it is the technical difficulties that have plagued the stream today. I'm shocked for words, Selvin. Like when I saw it was 4-1, I need to see it to believe it. And right now I'm seeing it's not just 4-1, it's 5-1, 40 minutes in, and Naveen looks to be very comfortable.
Absolutely. Comfortable is the word and the least expected word because let's be honest, I thought Lokmanu and Naveen are going to play out a thrilling game with like a 3-2 result to either of them. But Naveen has already scored 5 goals. He scored 10 against Somak. He scored 5 against Lokmanu. And there is another half of FIFA left to play.
Well, Naveen is really making a case for him to be a winner of this tournament. Of course, these players are in the upper bracket. They haven't lost a game yet. And imagine, if he takes Lokmanu Chaturvedi and puts him in the low bracket, that is a statement which nobody will be able to ignore. I think every pro watching this, and I'm sure every pro is watching this, will be fretting because Naveen is showing that he is the real deal.
Absolutely, and let's be honest, if I'm a competitor in the Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks, I am thinking I do not want to face Naveen at any point in this tournament because he has got everything that it takes to go on and win the second qualifier and go on to meet CJ, that's Charanjot Singh, in the grand finals. And Naveen, with the form that he's been in, he scored 5 against Rudraksh. He scored 10 against Somak. He's already scored 5 against Lokmani with another half left, with a difference of 4 goals already. Neil, I think we have a new favorite to win this tournament.
Absolutely. And now that you mention it, Saransh was beaten by Lokmanu, and if Lokmanu is being beaten by Naveen, I don't think Naveen should be fearing any of the favorites. Today we saw Aditya Chatta and Sagnik Banerjee put on a great show for us, but also concede 4-1 losses. Why will Naveen look at any of these players who left and think I can't win it? I think if I'm in his place, I'll be very confident and very sure of my talent going into the remaining matches.
Well, very true. I think Naveen has every right to go a lot of the domination feeling that he has, because let's be very honest here. I mean, I do not mean to offend anyone, but Naveen has not just won games in this tournament, he has dominated games, and he is not stopping anytime because he took a shot with R9 and Kotua to the rescue. I am assuming Naveen is not done with this leg, and he's not going to let Lokmanu score another goal looking at how he's playing.
Absolutely, Selvin. And the way you saw Ronaldo just bully the defender, create the space, and get the shot off, that is a good representation of how Naveen has bullied every opponent he has faced in this tournament so far. He has been head and shoulders above them. And Ronaldo hits that shot perfectly in the postage box, hits the side netting, and goes in. That is prime moments Ronaldo, and there is no way any keeper in the world is saving that. Lokmanu has been dispatched. It is 6-1 on aggregate, and boy, oh boy, I don't think anybody could have predicted this.
Absolutely. I do not think anybody would have predicted that. And prime moments R9 doing exactly what R9 did in his prime. Destroy goalkeepers, destroy defenders, score from a half chance. And that's what Naveen has done. And sadly, if you are in Lokmanu's camp, I do not think that was the last goal. It seems like Naveen does not want to stop. Here he is with Neymar. Lokmanu doing everything to stop that Neymar. And he is on the attack. And that's big credit to Lokmanu. 6-1. For sure, he feels there's no comeback possible. But he's still thinking, you know what? If I go down from here into the lower bracket, I'm going to make sure that I at least put some pressure on Naveen by scoring 1 or 2 goals in the end moments. And he has the chance here because Quadrado is locked to the ball. But that's going to be well dealt with by Naveen.
Absolutely, Selvin. In FIFA, you can't win every game, but you can ensure that the fighting spirit that has gotten you so far stays with you throughout. And if there's one person who I'm absolutely not worried about, it is Lokmanu. Don't forget that he did lose to Somak, he did lose to Vicky in all these tournaments. He lost to them in the ESL, he lost to Vicky in the national team selection. And look where he is now in the context of this tournament, and look where they are now. The one thing about Lokmanu is this, that he will be there, he will keep fighting, he will keep preserving, and I'm not worried for a second about where he comes back. He will be back, and he will be back with a vengeance. Again, I don't want to put this down to a lack of skill or being tactically outmatched. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes from a technical standpoint. It could be connection issues. Again, I don't want to make excuses, but unless we know, we don't know. All I'm saying is that Lokmanu Chaturvedi, who's looked like a favorite in this tournament, has gone down very unexpectedly. And again, I don't think anyone could have seen this coming. This is the Esportz Premier Series presented by Joe, co-powered by LNG. This is the Online Qualifier 2 for FIFA 21. And this has been a tournament for the ages.
Absolutely. It has been a tournament for the ages, and taking nothing away from Naveen, I think he has played this game like a rock. He has absolutely come, all guns blazing with his game plan. We were speaking about it, isn't it, Neil? Before the game started, we were like, this is going to be a test of who has a better game plan, of who has better tactics, of who is more balanced when it comes to attack and defense. And I think we have a clear winner, to say the least, and that is Naveen.
Exactly. You know what? Naveen has that stoicism. Naveen has that just calmness about him. And it's funny because, we're watching the game of FIFA, but you can tell when some players just move different. There is less hurriedness, there is less fretting, there is less worry. They don't seem to be in a rush. Everything seems to be done in their own time. Everything seems to be done precisely when and where they expect it to be. And that is one of the biggest compliments you can pay to a FIFA player. Right now, though, Lokman, who has found space with Cuadrado inside the box, he gets in behind, but the cutback is stopped by Naveen. Naveen again breaks through easily. Ronaldo makes that run. Neymar tries to find him. Instead, finds Sancho. It is Acuna who collects the ball. Militao for Lokmanu, very upfield. And I think Lokmanu right now is just playing for pride. There are 10 minutes left. It's 6-1 down. Anything can happen in FIFA, but not quite this thing, which would require Lokmanu to score 5 goals and to get back into this game.
Well, absolutely. I think very well said. But let me just talk about one point out there. I'm not sure if Naveen is getting in through easily, or is he making it look easy? Because Naveen throughout this tournament has made everything look so easy. Like, the goals that he scores, the defense that he has, the way he passes the ball, the way he keeps the ball. And look at that, it just looks like he's playing with a friend right now with nothing at stake. But do not forget, we are actually in the semi-finals, the upper bracket semi-finals of Josha Presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And Naveen seems to have taken his game to a different level altogether.
Absolutely, Selvin. And I want to ask you a question. How important is hunger? How important is motivation? We have seen in this tournament the pros, the pros who have been around the scene for so long. I'm going to come continue that question right now. It is again with contemptuous ease. Naveen faces the keeper, rounds him with a common ball roll, and just lashes it home with Neymar's left foot. That is a statement goal to cap off a statement performance. Selvin, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, my thoughts are just, going to be summed up with my reaction. If you could have seen it right now, I'm just thinking, what in the world has happened? I could have never expected this to happen, because at the end of 2 legs of FIFA, between these two heavyweights of the Indian FIFA scene, Naveen has defeated Lokmanu Chaturvedi by a margin of 7 goals to 1. Let me be honest, Naveen has absolutely deserved it for the way he's played. He's contained Lokmanu throughout 2 legs by just making sure that he ends up with only 1 goal, and he has scored 7 goals. And let me tell you one thing: Naveen has deserved to be here, and he goes on to the finals. Of course, he goes on to the finals of the upper bracket, where he will meet Sagnik Banerjee. Lokmanu is going to be in the lower bracket, and I think they're going to face. Aditya, Chatta, and Lokmanu are going to face each other there. But as this tournament goes on, we're just having some interesting games right now. And once again, after 2 legs, Naveen makes it 7 goals to 1 versus Lokmanu. Neil, your reactions, please.
Seven, again, this is something which no one could have expected, but take nothing away from Naveen. He has played his heart off. He has played so well. And again, we'll get back to Lokmanu soon and what went wrong. But I have to congratulate Naveen for playing so well. He has played some beautiful FIFA, not just today, but even in the last game against Somak. He really put on show for us. He put on a show against Rudaksh Pali. These are all very good opponents he's faced. He has not had an easy ride, and this was his toughest test yet. And he showed up and he showed out. And honestly, towards the end, he was just showing off with that Ronaldo, with that Neymar, things he can do. I'm jealous that, a player who's so well technically, can skill so well, can defend with such expertise. Seven, what do you say? I think we have a new favorite. It seems like every game we're impressed so much that there's a new favorite. It just shows the abundance of quality and top-notch talent that is available in this tournament, which is the Esportz Premier Series, that there are so many players who on their day can beat each other. It really promises to be a tournament for anyone. Everyone who's still here, everyone who's still surviving today can go on and win it. And I, for one, can't wait to see how this unfolds in the coming days.
Well, very honestly, I think you said it right. Everyone who is in here has a chance of winning this tournament. May you be in the upper bracket or the lower bracket. and we certainly have a new favorite, or maybe two new favorites, because Sagnik, Banerjee and Naveen, both of them have done the unexpected and have made their way to the finals of the upper bracket. Whereas in the lower bracket, we still have the game between Saransh and Somak to be played. Today we saw Akshat Khandelwal lose out to Akash after Akash put out an excellent display, which means Akash is gone into the next round in the lower bracket, and he also has Aditya Chatta and Lokmanu Chaturvedi who will be joining him. How this unfolds, I think all of us watching cannot wait to see how it will unfold. Just to make sure that you do not miss out on any action about the Esports Premier Series, subscribe to the channel in case if you haven't already. Tell your friends about it. I am sure you were entertained today, and you would want to make sure that your friends are entertained in the same way as well, because we could not have written a better script for all the games that we had here tonight. And Neil, I think tomorrow is going to be another amazing day. The schedule will be out soon. Make sure to follow esports.in on Instagram for the schedule, for the highlights, for the goals, for the mad moments that we have almost every day out here in Josh App Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।